Hey guys, what's up? We're back with some more reactions after dark, and we are, of course, going to be watching from the It Girl of China to being wiped off the internet, rise and fall of Zheng Shuang, obviously by Stephanie Su. Now, last time, obviously, we did a Dark Asia with Megan video, though. Last time, with the Chinaverse, what was it actually? Because that one was so stressful just because of how long it took me to upload it, like 14 and a half hours to upload that video. So I completely forgot what the video is even about. All I know is it was a video that took 14 hours. What was it? Oh yeah, it was the one about the influencers, quote unquote, selling their souls for China. That's what it was. That one was pretty okay. Though I'm assuming here with this video, this girl is going to be erased by China. We heard it mentioned before. Did it happen to Chris Wu, where China will just delete every video and mention of you and every picture of you on the internet in existence and just act like you have never existed? Just like fully exiling you from existence, essentially. So I'm guessing she's going to do something that causes the Chinese government to just eliminate her from existence. I don't know. That's the only thing that would make sense. Of course, as usual, I will uh, play the intro a bit and then we'll skip ahead until they're done talking about the food. It is boosted by 25, so that if that sounded weird, it's because I increased the speed to 125.
So intense. Do you know what this is in the corner here, Dandan?
Hey, bro.
Is this pizza? What are they
It's
eating?
a deep fried Snickers bar. Yeah,
Why is it so thick?
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and skip past this. Okay, I think this is about when we get started talking about the topic. Also, don't assume that I let it get past me that she was talking about like a deep fried Snickers or whatever, but I'm American, so that's old news, right? That's like, heard about that stuff 20 years ago. That's nothing new to me.
What would it take for you guys to unstand your favorite? Think about your ultimate fave. What would it take? Would they have to run someone over? Would they have to kill your dog? What would it take?
There has been so many of these drama came out about celebrities. I just feel like more and more it makes me feel like they're just
Untouchable.
no. I just feel like they're just another person. Like some are good, some are bad.
Right.
But I will be sad, very sad.
Like, think about your ultimate fave. I already know
Yeah.
who it is.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard you've seen like most of this.
Think about Jay Chow.
Not most of this interaction because I was trying to figure out where this was. Like he unloads like a pretty oof joke, which is funny. I wanted to at least keep that joke in there because obviously they're just playing playful with each other, so can't really get mad at him. But he's gonna make a funny, quote unquote, funny joke here.
Some are bad.
Right.
But I will be sad, very sad.
Like, think about your ultimate fave. I already know who it is.
Yeah.
Think about Jay Chow. Think about Jay Chow came into our house and kicked Mango in the face.
I mean, he must have a reason.
I mean, that's the joke.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Bro.
Oh wait, what would your fave have to do, Dandan?
Like someone who's like really cocky
Wow, that's pretty like easy.
or like does something bad.
What if your fave, your idol, your ultimate bias, what if they abandon their children? What if you find out of nowhere that they have children and they don't want their children anymore? They want to throw away their children, their actual children. What if your favorite went to a separate country, got two surrogates, you know what they are? Women who get pregnant for you. So you make the egg and sperm and make a baby and put them in, right?
Yeah.
They get two separate surrogates to carry their child. And they decide months later, while these two women are carrying their children, that they don't want these children anymore. And then an audio recording is released of them saying, fuck, now they can't even have an abortion.
Are we talking about Shuang here? So like, or is she just talking out of pocket? Because it seems kind of crazy what she's saying, right? Is this something that this woman did, and that's why she got erased?
Yo, that's
That's some tea.
wait. So he left the baby.
She.
Oh, she.
I mean she.
Yeah.
And she said that.
She doesn't want the baby anymore.
And it's her own child basically.
Let's get into the story because
Nah.
today we're talking about the downfall of one of the world's highest paid actresses in the world, China's sweetheart,
Zheng Shuang.
Jin Shang.
Zheng
We're
Shuang.
gonna call her ZS. She The way that people describe her is that she was like one of the most popular at the time. Was she like the?
She was like the
Give us
it girl. She was the it
comparable,
girl.
like Jenny.
That's where probably where we got the it girl from. I don't comment on the food in any of these videos really, but it sure would be nice to eat food like this on the regular.
So basically, she was so viral that she's okay. So Chinese has like these rankings of news. It's almost trending on Twitter. So
Though I don't know how you stay fit eating this kind of stuff every day. Well, not every day, but like how many videos does she do of like these mukbangs back in the day, over and over again? Like how do you not become like unhealthy? That's what I'm saying. Because a lot of these channels do that, right? And you hear that one Asian guy. I don't know his name. He did he get canceled? I don't know. You had that one mukbang guy who is just eating tons and tons of food, but it looks like he's like really skinny still. Like, how are you doing that? Like, how are you? Like, are you really just like as soon as you're done eating, working out the rest of the day, all day long, after you ate like thousands of pounds of food? And like that's your entire day. You have no other time to do anything else. It's just I'm going to eat 1,000 pounds, and now I got to work out the entire rest of the day. I have to spend like 10 hours on the treadmill because I just ate 1,000,000 pounds of food. Of course, I'm specifically moving around or not moving around, avoiding talking about Nikocado avocado, but you can take Nikocado for example. Though of course, the 2 steps ahead meme that came out. When did that happen? Was that last year? When he was like, "Oh yeah, I've had recorded 2 years in advance, and I've been being healthy this entire time. I've been skinny this whole time." The whole thing that happened with him. Is Nikocado still skinny now after losing all that weight? I haven't looked him up because obviously once the drama was over of him coming back and being like, "You are all dumb. I'm so smart. I've actually been working out, being skinny this entire time. Joke's on you." After that, like nobody really talks about him anymore. I haven't even seen him pop up as like a thumbnail anywhere. Not that I was subscribed to him or watch his content at all, but still have not seen him in since that event happened. So is he still skinny or did he relapse and is now overweight again? I mean, I guess it's easy as just looking it up myself, I guess. I guess we'll do that right now. Okay, I don't know what the heck's going on because I'm looking up Nikocado. His latest video a month ago, he's still skinny by the way. His video a month ago is talking about Stephanie. What are the coincidences that I mean, we're talking about mukbang, so it's easy to like transfer over to Nikocado. But like how like what coincidence is it that I'm like, okay, let's go see what Nikocado's doing and he's talking about Stephanie in a video that we're reacting to Stephanie. Also, is he like are they beefing right now? Is this a beef video? Is he talking trash about Stephanie, or is it just the opposite of that? Because you can't really tell. It was like exposing. You're using the word exposing. So what the heck are you talking about, Nikocado? There's also whatever the heck's going here, Rotten Mango, what she did. Is there like a whole arc with Nikocado that's of him like beefing? Is it fake beef? Right? Is it just joking around, messing around? I had to assume this is just fake beef or possibly him actually being nice to her, question mark. Also, the video below this is just him sucking face with his boyfriend. So I'm specifically keeping that off screen just in case, not to get in trouble. I think he's like he's like redoing that meme. There's like a meme of two people literally just their mouths as wide as possible attached to each other. It's usually like a little cartoon, like a meme cartoon. But I think he's trying to recreate that because it is like, Jesus Christ, that image is crazy. But yeah, if anybody knows what's happening here with between them, let me know because that was like caught me completely off guard to just see Stephanie in a Nikocado video. I mean, he superimposed himself onto that image, but what is going on here? Again, if anybody knows, you can let me know in the comments. But yeah, anyways, he's still skinny, question mark. But possibly beefing with Stephanie? I don't know. Again, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
every day there's new trending topics. She's like constantly on there.
For what?
Every week for different reasons. Like she may go on a reality show and say something kind of out of the left field, and it become the trending topic. So like she's constantly on there. That just means so many people care about her. Anything she does is trending.
Are you a stan?
I really don't know about her until this news came out last year.
Is she pretty?
Oh yeah.
Nah, she's okay. What? She's okay.
She's pretty.
No,
Oh, I was like, what did he say? I guess he said, "Is she pretty?" They like having this stereotypical like girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife relationship where like he's specifically not trying to say any other girl's pretty, right? To play up the memes, or the opposite of that, where he's like, "Oh, Stephanie must have done something for this person to kick her in the face," like, and then that's the other spectrum of that.
know who she was until this, but apparently she's huge.
Yeah. Huge. Like I'm talking paid more than some of the Marvel superheroes.
Let me show you.
She has a house in China, $220 million house.
Okay, I'm trying to pull up a picture to show you, then, and what's crazy is I think she's like your type of style. Like you like.
Yeah, you can. What do you say, style?
Wait, if the house is 220 mil, imagine what her other stuff is.
And that's not her only house. She has other properties.
Oh my god. So you think she's like a billionaire, maybe? Like
I
close?
don't know, but she's loaded. Is that not insane?
But why would she like just leave her baby? Maybe she can get like a babysitter, you know, at least.
I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, huh?
Right.
Which one's a good photo to show that?
Okay. How old is she?
Instantly doesn't care anymore. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm on board now. Don't care that she just threw away 2 children."
She's apparently I think she's 30 now.
Yeah.
But this was a few years ago.
Oh, so
She's
like
very pretty though.
40 now?
No, 30.
30,
Yeah.
30.
Oh wow.
She's very pretty, no?
Wow.
So she's this like incredibly popular, beloved actress in China. And she falls from grace. I mean, like she fell hard. So hard, I don't even foresee how she's gonna get back up. PR teams, honestly, they can only do so much. Like they only have 24 hours in a day. I don't even think Kris Jenner can work with this situation right now. So ZS was born August 22nd, 1991. So
Wait, what? Roll that back.
can work with this situation right now.
What?
So ZS was born August 22nd, 1991.
Okay. If anybody has been trying to track how old I am, because I haven't said it, this woman is actually, technically, barely older than me.
So, yeah, 91. And China. And she was honestly born in just like this middle class background. She definitely was not a Nepo baby actress. Her dad owned this construction company and her mom was this white collar worker. Actually, the dream to be famous was her mom's dream. So ZS's mom, her mom, wanted to be a singer. She wanted to be China's next big idol. Oh yeah. By day, she would work in a little cubicle, a little 9 to 5 on a computer. By night, she would perform at these nightclubs. And every single day, she would manifest and she would think about it, that a talent agent would spot her from the crowd.
And it happened?
Man, your voice is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. Sign this contract. I'm gonna give you $1 billion and you're gonna be famous. It never happened.
Oh.
I mean, obviously, that was like too hyperbolic to be something that would have actually happened.
Yeah, but I thought that was gonna happen to me too. Yeah, I was born and raised in Atlanta, and I went to New York City for the first time. I was like 7. I have a tourist pic. This is what I was looking like when I went to New York City, and I genuinely thought I was gonna get scouted at Times Square. I thought so.
I think I know what inspired you. Because she used to love that show, what's it called? Lizzie McGuire.
I love Lizzie McGuire, yes. I thought I was just gonna get discovered on the streets of New York City. This
Why is she putting on the accent? I also watched Lizzie McGuire in my youth. I did watch that. I did enjoy that a lot. Growing up, I probably like forgotten most of what happens in the show, but did like that show. I noticed like she's not wearing gloves. Was she not wearing gloves this entire time? Because him and husband are wearing gloves. Did she already take them off because she's not eating anymore, or? I can't tell. Okay, no, she took them off. So they're wearing gloves during this. I don't know why. I'd be worried about wearing this coat while eating all this junk food, essentially. Like, you're not worried that you're going to get some of this on your fluffy coat?
is what I looked like at the time, guys.
What picture are you pointing at right now?
It's the I'm gonna put it here.
I mean, there's nothing there.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see it.
You see it? Yeah. It's a picture of me at the Empire State Building with my parents. Yeah.
Except she didn't superimpose that over the image, so we have no clue what the heck she's talking about.
thought I was gonna get discovered in that moment, and that's what ZS's mom thought, okay? But she was not discovered, unfortunately. The nightclub closed down, and I guess she couldn't find another job at a different nightclub, or maybe she thought her career was over because she became pregnant, but that gave her an idea. She's like, okay, well, I'm pregnant. Maybe, if I'm not cut out to be famous, maybe my future daughter is. So she named her daughter
Zheng Shuang.
named after a famous actress at the time. She was like, you're gonna be even more famous. So ZS, okay, disclaimer, I don't think that ZS's mom is evil per se. There's a lot of talk online about her mom and is she a good person, is she a bad person? I don't think it's my place to judge, but she's very intense. Very intense. She's a tiger parent for sure, but I'd say she's like a notch above a regular tiger parent. In an interview, she even admitted, yeah, I like army-style parenting. I don't see what's wrong with that. She genuinely did not think that kids could be traumatized. People were like, oh, well, army-style parenting, your kids are gonna be traumatized, they're gonna be sad. And she said, kids don't have feelings. You can't traumatize them if they don't have feelings. Okay, her logic was a little weird. She was really laser focused on making her daughter ZS just the it idol, the next thing. And it's speculated that she was trying to live vicariously through her daughter.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I typically try to like pause. I try my best once I feel like the sentence has been completed. Though with Stephanie, she never stops. She just keeps going and going and going. So it's kind of hard to get like a breather in because she doesn't really pause for breath. I'd argue, especially if we're going, especially because the video's 125 speed. But that's kind of just like something that happens. Like you kind of see that a lot. Like moms trying to live, like she said, vicariously through their children. This was especially like apparent back in the early 2000s when we had, was it child pageants? Is that what they're called? I forget what they're called. Those things. Like you'd see that stuff on the TV all the time, and like just moms trying to get their literal little girls into these contests and make them into this weird thing. I don't know. If you know anything about child pageants, you know what I'm talking about. Like there was like so many shows and like documentaries and stuff about pageants like 20 years ago. I'd feel like maybe even early, like the 90s even, specifically. So yeah, like that's just like a normal thing. Unfortunately, I'd assume it's like less now, maybe just because of, I'd have to assume child pageants aren't that popular anymore, or they're just something that's not allowed to be done anymore. I would hope, but maybe they are. I don't know.
She was really intense about it. ZS's mom quit her job. She made a 10-year plan for ZS to go into this prestigious Beijing Film Academy.
What do you mean, quit her job? Where's the money coming? I mean, does she have a husband? Like, where's the father? Like, what do you mean she quit her job? How's she taking care of her? She quit her job for 10 years.
Is it not like the best?
Beijing Film Academy, yeah. Like every Chinese actor came from that school.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, yeah. But the competition is tough in there too, I heard. In America, to be an actor, you kind of can become an actor in many ways. Like you get scouted but in China, a lot of it are professional. Like you go to school for 12 years, 15 years to be an actor or actress. You know the right people, recommendations. So it's very, just highly competitive, just from the beginning to end. Yeah, so you kind of have to be the top even in that school to become successful.
Wow, so it's not like you just go to auditions, like you have to go to these schools. It's like
Yeah, I saw someone was talking about it is like to become successful actor, actresses, I'm sure that's everywhere. So they were like, just do the math. Every year there's thousands of new graduates, fresh blood. They're prettier than you, they're younger than you, they're harder working than you.
Yeah.
And then how many main leads are we looking for per year? 1 or 2 or 10 or 20? But guess what? That's out of thousands of fresh graduates. And guess what, next year? There's another new batch graduating. Next year, new batch graduating.
So it's every year.
Exactly. How do you compete with them and how do you stay relevant?
The chances is harder than getting into NBA, right?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. To make it, not easy.
Yeah. I mean, I bet she was stressed, the daughter, at the time. Right?
Oh, let me tell you, her mom, from the moment she could walk and talk, her mom was so strict. And again, I don't think that ZS's mom had like crazy bad intentions. She just wanted her daughter to be successful. And ultimately, it would happen.
Unless we're going off of the vicarious timeline, then you can argue that it is toxic. Toxic is not the word I was looking for, but we'll use toxic until I figure out what word I did want to use. It's toxic because she's not her own human, right? She already said, like, children don't have feelings. So that already tells you how this woman thinks. but like she's not her own person. She's just a doll to dress up and make her do whatever that the mom wants, which is to be a famous actor question mark or whatever famous something. I don't know if she has a specific goal in mind or if it's just because she was singing, right? So the mom was just trying to be a singer. So I don't know what she specifically wanted her daughter to be, if it was just famous specifically, or if it was for singing or acting or what. But she named her after a famous actor, so maybe she was going for acting.
Like, would you be mad if your mom ruined your life, but you were rich and successful at the end? Yeah, I would
Probably
be.
not.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
But then at the end, it's kind of like, I don't know if I should be super mad, kind of mad. Like, what do I do, right?
I mean, at least nobody died, right? Is the argument there. But China, you could argue that the strict upbringing possibly had an effect on her personality, which then her personality is someone who would want to get rid of two surrogate children and not care about them. Thus, that led to possibly China erasing her existence. And so, like, you could trace that all the way back to the mom, but we don't need to do that. We could just say everything is Shuang's fault. But if you want to go there, you can, like, rewind all the way back to see, like, how we got to this point.
ZS's mom took it a little too far. For example, she put ZS on a diet as soon as ZS turned 1.5 years old.
That's so
Bro, that's like Sophie right now.
Yeah, I thought that I was reading it wrong. I thought that the period was a typo and it was supposed to be 15 years old, which even then that's kind of crazy and a little bit like you're creating an ED, but 1.5.
That's too young.
Yeah, 1.5. She said she didn't want her daughter to be out of shape. ZS would later be bullied in school for being underweight because that's how intense her mother was. When she was 4, ZS is doing dance classes, 6, piano lessons. Her mom wanted to make sure that ZS did everything. So when ZS played the piano, her mom would sit right there with a back scratcher over the keys. You mess up, she would smack it on ZS's hands.
For real?
Yes. And then she'd be like, from the top, bitch.
Isn't
看看这个，这是我的
isn't this like standard? She's like happy about what she did, right? She's so happy here. Isn't this just standard how like Asian people joke around about their parents? This is how they joke, like this is how their parents treat them. So I'm like not really surprised because again, like this is the stereotypical joke among Asian people. I feel like is that this is how the parents were, super strict. You're getting your hand slapped on the piano if you don't play piano like Beethoven, right? You're gonna have all that stuff continue to happen in other stuff if you don't do good in school. If you can't play piano, like piano, I think feel like it, for some reason is something that they want you to do in that kind of culture from just what people have said. And I guess the same thing with acting here with this specific bomb. So this is, I feel like, just par for the course if we're accepting the stereotype of this just how Asian parents act.
道具，因为我就对他要求比较
So
严。
it's pretty
哪里
strict with
挠
her,
痒
so I will use this back scratcher to hit her little hands.
打他小手。啊，对对
Military style. Yes, yes,
对，
yes.
我就喜欢橘子
I really like military style
画管
parenting.
理。
Yeah. Like, she wasn't kidding when she said army-style parenting. She was dead serious. Later during interviews, ZS would talk about the pressure that she felt to be perfect around her parents. She said, when I was a kid, I was very mature. But because I grew up too fast, I had a lot of expectations for myself. Honestly, it wasn't a happy thing. My mom said that kids who cry were annoying, so anytime I was sad, I would only cry in silence. I'm jealous of people that get to cry out loud. Yeah, so her life was kind of rough. Yeah, and she had to do piano, dance lessons, singing, all these things. And if she didn't have perfect grades, if she had grades under 100%,
What?
dead. Yeah.
Back scratch.
Yeah, back scratcher. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the stereotypical like joke Asian parent is that's how they're gonna treat you. Or that's how like people act is as if like that's how they act. Or I don't know why I can't construct a sense. That's how people say their parents acted towards them growing up is like this. So is it even like a stereotype? Or is it just like truth, right?
a 96 is a failure. A 94, don't even bother coming home. In fact, take this knife. Why don't you just stab me in the heart? You're already bringing me so much pain. Like, that's the energy that her mom was bringing
That's so
to the
stressful.
table. Yeah, it was very stressful. ZS had to do it all. She was supposed to do well in school and in dance. There was no school that had all of those when she was in elementary school. So what she would do is one semester she would go to a traditional dance school. Then the next semester, a regular school that focused on math and sciences. Then the next semester
Damn.
at dance school, she had to do it all. Oh yeah, it was insane. And she got bullied because she kept going from school to school. It was just so rough. They also called her Northeastern Village Scum. Like a lot of
Northeastern Village Scum. I don't know if that's just like translation, weird translation. I don't know what they mean by that. Obviously, it's something that has to do with China.
the kids because they didn't feel like she came from a privileged enough background. So this girl, I mean, she's just having a really rough childhood. When she's 12, she applies for a middle school that's affiliated with the Beijing Film Academy. And if she gets into this school, this is a leg up to get accepted into BFA later. She did not get in. Her mom was so disappointed in her. They had to go back to the drawing board. Like, what are they doing wrong? Is she not studying enough? Is she not dancing enough? Is she not doing all these things? Like, she's got to do more. So they keep pumping up her activities. She's sleeping like 3 hours a night. I mean, it was freaking crazy. And her mom is so dissatisfied with her. When she's 16, this is like the make it or break it moment. This is the 10-year plan coming to fruition. They almost it up. Beijing Film Academy interviews. At 16, you go in with your parent, you sit down in front of these dudes in suits, and they judge your whole life. They judge your whole 16 years and your talent and your abilities, and they literally sit there and determine the fate of your future. Okay? And it's very intense. Like, I imagine if you try to like hee hee ha ha, they're not even gonna smile at you. So ZS and her mom, they sit down and get interviewed. At some point, I assume that they're talking about ZS's childhood and, you know, her mom's parenting style. I imagine ZS's mom is not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, I smacked her with a back scratcher non-stop.
I feel like, of course she was. She's like saying it on the camera, like with, you know, pride in her eyes that she did that. So I'm assuming she's going to say that. They're going to hear that and be like, oh, that's pretty good, right? And then they're going to be like, okay, well, you've clearly disciplined this girl in the type of way that we want, so she's good to go.
Stop. So she's saying, oh, it's like crazy how my daughter's so ambitious. Like, I don't know where she gets it from. She just woke
Okay, no, is she just lying?
up and wanted to sing
Okay,
and
never mind. She just lied about it.
and all these crazy things. Very typical Asian parenting. At this point, ZS loses it. She said, F this interview, F these snobby ass people. She starts yelling at her mom in front of the Beijing Film Academy. Ever since I was young, all I've ever done is listen to you. And that's it. But have you ever asked me what I want to do with my life? I don't want to do this anymore. And she stormed out.
Damn.
And her mom didn't even try to fix the situation. She was like, oh my God, guys, sorry. Okay, she looks at them, and then she looks at her daughter, and she goes, fine, then get lost.
Like this life.
Yeah, in front of the
Are we acting, like, are we playing this up as if they're acting, right? Like, is this just like an act?
Beijing Film
Oh
Academy.
my god.
And then they were like, wow, that's great acting, guys.
Yeah, that's like what I was thinking. Like, wait, are they gonna play it off as like they're just acting?
You're in.
Really came from the heart, it felt. Yeah, correct. She was accepted.
Wow.
I don't know if they said great acting, but she was accepted into the Beijing Film Academy.
What made her get accepted?
She has no idea.
Huh.
I think that she genuinely was very talented, but she was very confused herself. She said, I didn't even really have a personality. I didn't even have hobbies. I was like a blank piece of paper because I was whatever my mom wanted to be.
Well, I mean, that means they can mold you into whatever they want you to be if you're a blank piece of paper, essentially. Also, why is he a panda? I'm assuming we're putting the panda in the corner because we're saying that's him. Unless that sound that he's making right now is supposed to be panda-like.
That was deep.
Yeah, so not only did she get in after that outburst, but she actually became the youngest student in the history of Beijing Film Academy at the time. I don't know if it still
Wow.
stands, yeah.
Okay, wow.
I guess it worked out.
Yeah.
It did. So next time you're trying to get into college,
Just yell.
just yell.
Just fight.
She also got a scholarship. I mean, it was just crazy. She's like on a fast track to be famous. And then she was offered the leading role in a Chinese TV show called Meteor Shower. You ever heard of that?
Liu Xinyu?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Wait, what? Are you sure?
Yes.
Wait a minute. This was like my elementary school, middle school age.
She was
No.
only 18 when she was, this was her first breakthrough role. You know what's crazy though?
Wow.
She almost didn't take the role.
Why? Oh, because she was stressed?
No, let
How young are these people?
me
Liu
tell you, it's
Xinhua,
crazy.
yeah. Oh my god.
I was assuming like Stephanie and subsequently her husband were like in their 30s, possibly. Like they're actually, but I'm guessing not. That's not like a snub at how they look. I'm just assuming that they're like well into adulthood. But if he was in elementary school when this girl's 18, then oof, right? Because again, that I said that whoever they're talking about is a split second older than me, so that means I'm older than I'm possibly older than her husband, and then older than Stephanie, most likely.
Gosh.
Okay.
Oh wow. This is okay. This goes way back. Okay. But go ahead. So that was her breakout role.
But guess why she didn't take the role?
She didn't? Or?
No, she almost didn't. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I think I know. Is it because it's like an internet show?
Well, you want to know because you didn't know the show, right?
Is it because it's because it's like a love romantic kind of like a?
Oh, maybe it was a parent role.
Okay.
No, she's the main lead.
Both of you guys
She
are
was the
wrong.
girl. 4 guys chasing after 1 girl. She's the girl.
I'm assuming like the cousin over here must be a teenager question mark. I would assume he's like in his 20s and they were in their 30s, but if they're in their 20s, he must be a teenager. He does have like some acne, so you could argue that's why he would be like a teenager maybe, but I don't know. Anyways, I have no clue why she would not want to take the role. Question mark? I don't think I have enough context for why.
Girl.
Well, she was 4 guys.
Oh, so it's like Boys Over Flower or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Something like that,
One of
yes.
them.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So let me tell you why, right? It's very weird. Her acting teacher told her not to. So let me
I think that I would have never assumed that. We didn't even know she had an acting teacher. That's just out of left field.
explain. The show was inspired by a Japanese manga, and originally critics were upset. So when this huge film production company came out and said, "We're gonna recreate this Japanese manga," all these film critics said, "Ugh, come up with your own ideas. This is so unoriginal. You just keep taking from mangas and comics. Like, come up with your own storyline. This is, I mean, so many times have we done this before again." So everyone thought that this movie was gonna, or the show was gonna flop, but it didn't. It was like the biggest thing in China. And ZS's teacher was like, "I don't think you should take it because if it's your first career flop, do you know how hard you're gonna have to work to get back up from that? You're gonna have to work 3 times as hard to get casted in anything else afterwards."
So he wants her to take like a safer role.
Yeah, and ZS was like, "I gotta try." In 2009, 18-year-old superstar. I mean, this show won the Golden Eagle Award.
大家好，我是郑爽，我会继续加油的。
I mean, ZS got so much exposure. She even got more publicity because she starts dating her co-star. His name is
Zhang Han.
Zhang Han.
Zhang Han, I think.
Zhang Han.
And how old is he?
He's old now. He was an idol back then. Now he's a boss.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah, how old is he at the time?
How old? I mean, he was young. I would say he was probably 20s.
Oh,
Okay, and then she was 18?
18.
18, yeah.
Okay, that was a close one.
But then just out here looking out for all the girls.
I mean, she was already 18. We already knew that, so.
out here ready to cancel. He's like, "Give me the calculations. What are their birth charts? What's their moon phase?" Essentially, ZS had this innocent new girl vibe, and Zhang Han was the cool guy. And so the fact that they were dating, and the fact that they were each other's
The sideburns.
love interest on the show, people were eating it up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This was the power couple of a lifetime. They actually do look quite cute together. Side note, in the show, ZS plays this character who comes from a humble background, and her biggest dream in life is enrolling in a prestigious idol academy, which she eventually gets into with the help of her mom. So it's kind of ironic, yeah. So the power couple, ZS and the guy, they dated for 5 years, which is a pretty long relationship, I think, for such a public relationship. They would later break up in 2014 because allegedly she wanted to get married, and he was like, "I'm not ready." Whatever that means. Seemed like a clean breakup. There was no drama. ZS already had a large fan base at this.
Fanboys. I mean, definitely had that probably.
She did have a lot of fanboys, okay? She already had a huge fan base at the time, so she got a lot of support. But fans were worried because right after this breakup, her appearance just starts changing drastically. Like right after the breakup. And we're not just talking regular changes. We're not just talking, "Oh, you don't like 18 anymore." Of
What, she's gonna become a bad girl or something? Is that what we're going with?
course not. She's turning into a young adult. But her face completely changed. And she's
Oh, are we arguing plastic surgery then? Well, that's pretty normal for these kind of idols and like TV stars.
very open about all of her plastic surgery, which I honestly think is pretty refreshing and admirable. She openly stated that she was insecure. She was scared that if she didn't get work done on her face, her fans, her boyfriend, they were all gonna get sick of her. They were all gonna lose interest in her. She felt like her face needed to be perfect. And as an actress, living in a society, there's so much pressure. So she got lip fillers. Then she got
Let's see what she looked like before and after. I mean, I guess you can argue they look different, but they're not like good side by sides because she's like really pale on the left and then like there's color on the right, so it's hard to tell. I mean, her lips, I guess, are fuller. She just said fuller. I can't tell. The makeup is not helping either because I don't think she's wearing that much makeup here, but she is wearing makeup here. I think like this has been changed. I think her nose has been shrunk as well a bit here. Like this, it looks a bit wider here, but this might just be the expression causing her nostrils to flare. But that's it. Her lips are obviously bigger than they are here. something is done with the eyes too, but again, that might just be the makeup. I don't know. Did we like extend this down? Like, did this get extended downwards a bit? Because it looks a bit sharper, right? Then this is a round. I mean, she has a baby face here. Whoops. Yeah, she has like a baby face here, and now she looks much older in this image. Again, that could just be the makeup because she's not wearing makeup here, or at least she's wearing less makeup here than she is here.
She got a rhinoplasty, and she wanted to increase the height of her nose bridge. She had her inner and outer eyes.
Wait, stop. Go back.
Got a rhinoplasty, and she wanted.
Is this before and after again? Which one's which? 'Cause you can't just have them side by side because I don't know which one's which. Because obviously, maybe this. You could maybe see you prefer this over this, but like, is this after surgery or is this after surgery? We don't have like a good. Now this one, I don't know which one's which.
Wanted to increase the height of her nose bridge. She had her inner and outer eyes cut. You know, a lot of idols do that. I was shocked.
I did not know that.
So they cut
Make it bigger.
so your eyes look bigger and wider and more open.
I was thinking that I thought the eyes looked different too, but I didn't know if it was just because of the makeup.
Crazy. Okay, we're just out here cutting away portions of our eyelid. I like it. Kind of want to do it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Like her, like worrying about like being perfect.
Yeah.
I think that rooted from like the home.
Yeah, and her mom.
Yeah.
She also got surgery on her jaw and chin. She wanted that V shape that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that might have changed too if we go back to that image. Like, obviously the nose was pretty obvious. The jaw as well. The eyes kind of.
Every actress wants to have. I want to emphasize she looks beautiful to me, like every step of the way. She was like beautiful before, beautiful after. We don't need to judge. But if we must, I thought she was beautiful. But people did judge, and they weren't nice about it. There were a bunch of nasty articles saying that she looks worse after plastic surgery. So they were saying that she was known for this very rounded kind of kind
That's
of
like
a
you, babe.
cuter,
No, I'm telling Stephanie, like that you're
rounded kind.
Again, like baby faced, but again, that might just because of the amount of makeup being used. It does look like two different people here, but we're using this. The lighting, like we cannot get two similar photos back to back. The lighting and whatnot, it just makes this too hard to gauge between the two. Lips are bigger here. The eyes are doing something different. This angle's slightly different, so you're not getting a good comparison there either, but still. Also, she's doing something with her lips here that's making them look smaller than they actually are. Like the smile that she's doing is crunching up her mouth.
Kind of
That's
kind
like
of
you,
a
babe.
cuter.
No, I'm telling Stephanie, like that your appeal is not the V shape. Your appeal is the U shape.
He said your appeal is the balloon.
Everybody doesn't have to look the same to be pretty,
Thank you.
right? Like it's true.
Yeah, it's you.
I honestly think it will be kind of like awkward if you change it up. Like,
Yeah, he
anyways.
thinks I can't pull off hot.
No, I don't. It's not that. I think you could look great. Why would you? You know.
Anyway,
Yeah.
they were getting mad at her. They were like, okay, she looks old now. Her cheeks are hollow. Her face is too skinny. People are like, why did she get her face slimmed down? Oh my God, she's lost that youthful appearance. They were
Well, I was saying she does look baby-faced, and how she did look, and then she visibly does look older in certain shots, because again, we can't get like a good shot of comparison, but she does look older in some of those shots.
speculating if she had an eating disorder because she looked so thin. And of course, there were a ton of haters being like, you looked so much better before. Meanwhile, she was getting bullied for having a slightly rounder face before she had surgery. So this became such a show that she went in, caved under the pressure, and redid another round of surgeries to go back to her old face.
No.
Okay, what a waste of money, right? You already did it, you might as well just stick with it, but did that screw things up, or what? Like, how can you get surgery to go one way and then get surgery to go back? I feel like you've already probably removed bone, like had your bone shaved and all this other stuff to try to get the shape. Like, how are you going to redo that? Like add metal into your face now, or what?
Yeah. So she stopped getting lip fillers. She had to shorten her chin to make it look less like the exaggerated V shape. She got a second nose job to kind of go back to her old nose, to kind of undo the nose job. And speaking of physical appearances, it was around this time that Zia starts dating a guy called Hu Yanbing.
Hu Yanbing.
He's a singer, okay?
Oh man.
At the time, he was not nearly as popular or as famous as Zia's, and he kind of like he looks like you know how there's like two different types of oppas?
He's-
There's
he-
like oppa, and then there's 오빠 그거 좀 줘봐, right? He was the 오빠 그거 좀 줘봐. You know what I mean? You go to the barbecue and you're like 오빠 내가 할게.
He's not an idol. He's talented.
Yeah.
He can sing well. He has some really good songs. He's just not like a visual idol.
He wasn't the visual of the
I mean,
group.
some people thinks he's pretty hot, but I think he's okay. I really liked his songs back when I was younger.
I think he looks fine, but I guess in this like cutthroat world of idols, maybe he wasn't like the visuals. And
Damn, he just looks like a dude.
the people had a lot to say. They were like, oh my god, he's not attractive enough for ZS. ZS is blind. Did she get her eyes done too? Can she not see? Like they were saying some crazy stuff.
It's kind of like, it's just crazy. Like, before she got surgery, it's like, oh, your face is not good. Get surgery. Your face was better, back the way it was. Get surgery. But we don't know what they were saying about that. But then like, oh yeah, you're dating some guy who's beneath you. It's like, what? You were just saying that she is ugly no matter what. Now you're saying that this guy's beneath her? Like, make up your mind.
No, let's be real. I think that fans were probably just salty because ZS was not getting back with her ex-boyfriend, and everyone was just. It's like Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. Like everyone is like, maybe that's gonna happen. But then you know you get upset and then you try to move on, right? You know.
Selena and Justin Bieber. That is a deep cut because I would have not even remembered that was a thing if it had not been talked about here. I would have never remembered that for the rest of my life. So oof. I mean, I feel like I still don't kind of even remember it, even though she just mentioned it. But yeah, Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. What happened between them? Like, was it like really messed up or no? I don't know. It's just been so long. Like, we all made fun of Justin Bieber in our youth, right? But I think actually, he went through a lot of stuff, right? As a kid. I mean, obviously he was a child star, so most child stars get screwed up as children. I don't know if he got the same like money treatment that Britney did, like all his money taken from him. I don't think so. There's something happened to him, I think, as a kid. I just don't know what, especially like the whole double standard that you have where, like, there's a video actually going around recently of women like being very flirty and what's like a good word, promiscuous with him. And I mean, like, women are doing this even though he is a boy at this time, and that's like kind of like the double standard. Like, women can get away with being inappropriate with boys, but obviously you can't do the same thing the other way around, right? People automatically be like, that's not okay, but it's played off as like a joke when it comes to boys. Or like, of course, what is it, like, of course they want it, but it's like, no, it's still assault, whether it's like a boy or girl. So I think that he probably had to deal with like a lot of that as a boy, like a lot of older women, like adult women, throwing themselves at him despite being a child. I think that's kind of what happened there. But yeah, again, with Selena Gomez saying, I don't remember what happened there. But again, like, I talked a lot of crud about Bieber as a kid myself, but like as an adult, I don't really care about any of that. Like, he probably, again, I assume that he probably did have to go through a lot as a child because he was a child star. So I can see, like, as an adult, like, he probably had a rough life. Question mark? Who knows? I just know something happens with him.
How protective fans can be about their favorites. And ZS went from being half of China's power couple to dating this guy where nobody knew his name, nobody thought he was attractive.
I think people know his name.
Well, at the time, they said that he wasn't as famous as her. So they only ended up dating 6 months, but it actually seemed like they had a really good relationship. ZS would later publish a book, and it was called ZS's Book. Very creative title, okay? And there was a chapter called 100 Moments with Han Yanbing. Hu Yanbing. And she wrote, "You never let go of my hand when you drive. Every time we're together, there's always a smile on our faces."
She wrote a book about her ex?
No, just one chapter.
Oh, okay.
There was another.
Why is it called ZS book?
That's a little creepy, huh? Yeah. There was another part. "I don't particularly miss you, but every time I can't sleep, you're all I think about."
Jeez, that's a lot.
But there was one that kind of hinted at a toxic relationship where she wrote, "Supporting you in everything you do, even if it means playing with my own emotions. I will let you indulge in your own little games."
Maybe he cheated.
Maybe. That's what people speculated. Like, this guy is toxic. Get rid of him. They were so happy when they broke up. It was kind of gross, okay? So people are happy. And all of this is kind of distracting from the real toxic relationship that ZS has in her life, which is with her parents. They were her managers.
Oh yeah, we haven't heard a single word about the father yet. What is going on with that guy?
The problem wasn't that they weren't inexperienced per se as managers, like they had never worked in this entertainment world, but it's speculated that they were kind of mooching off of ZS's success. So ZS is particularly at the height of her career. She's an established actress. She's got crazy impressive titles, awards. She's been in some crazy hits, cult favorites. She is the youngest nominee for the Best Actress in the 25th China TV Golden Eagle Awards. Wow. That was a mouthful. She was named Forbes China's 30 under 30. For the record, she was ranked 39 out of 100. Which I thought there were only 30, but there's 100. That was where I was confused. I was confused, okay? Don't mind me, I'm salty. People just freaking loved her, And she was so freaking humble off screen. Oh, who's your favorite? Do you have a humble celebrity?
Blackpink in your area.
Yes, and she would say things like, I've never been seen by so many people. I don't even think I deserve the attention. Like,
I don't know if...
I feel confident, this is crazy. Like, my life is crazy.
I don't think I care about any celebrity in my old age. I mean, I'm not that old, but I just like pretending that I'm like geriatric. Like in my old age here, I don't think I care about celebrities. Like that stuff stops with TV, right? Like once you stop watching TV and like constantly being exposed to like TMZ and like tabloid stuff like that, and just like the news talking about celebrities, I think you just kind of just fall out of them, especially if you stop watching movies. Like I don't watch movies that often either. It's just YouTube or anime, right? At this point, sometimes TV shows that are like cartoons, like Invincible. I've referenced Invincible a lot on the channel, I think. But yeah, don't think I really have any celebrities that I care about to any like hyper extent. As a kid, sure. Crushes even, I would say. I have like crazy celebrity crushes as a teenager, I'd say. Just as like such a harsh contrast to the image that I portrayed on the outside. Like, because I mentioned before, I was like a metalhead. I mean, I am a metalhead, but I was a metalhead as like a teen, right? So I'm just listening to heavy metal and rock and just all that stuff all day. But I really liked Taylor Swift as a kid. I don't know how people are feeling about her now. I think there's a lot of like back and forth controversy with her. But as a kid, I was crushing on Taylor Swift. It was specifically the Girl Next Door video. I don't know what it was. I don't remember what it's called. I listened to it recently. What is it? I'm gonna look it up. It's the "You Belong to Me" song. Like that would come on the MTV, and like, oof, did it know how to like just directly attack my adolescence heart, brain, but just like the nerdy girl, which is like, oof, that was my thing as a teenager. Like, yes. So that's why I was crushing on Taylor Swift, despite just listening to this metal all the time. Because I was fine with most music, I would argue, but heavy metal was technically my appearance and what I listened to on the regular. Though the other weird one, which I might as well just go there, was which this is like the out of left field, and people might not even know who the heck I'm talking about, but it was Sarah Silverman, which who here even knows who the heck I'm talking about, but she is a comedian who is kind of like doing a lot of stuff back then. She's in a lot of movies. She's in School of Rock. She's in like she's like the quote unquote bad girlfriend in School of Rock. She's in Evolution. Is that the movie's called? Evolution. She shows up, I think, out of nowhere at one point in that movie, which who knows even what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the movie Evolution. She had her own show on Comedy Central. I forget what it was called. Was it just called the Sarah Silverman Show? Kind of like on the coattails of the Chappelle Show, though I think that it wasn't like that. It was like a TV show, not like a show about skits like Chappelle Show was. Um, but yeah, I was like crazy about Sarah Silverman. I think she might have gotten a bit kooky in old age. You can't quote me on that. So who knows? But as a teen slash even young adults, I was like, oof, Sarah Silverman. I mean, even now, if I look back at what she looked like back then, I don't know. She was like, I guess, just my type back then. I don't know, because it's not even. I don't know if it was even like just the comedy. Maybe it was her comedy too. That was just funny on top of it. But yeah, Sarah Silverman. Pretty sure like 99% of y'all don't even know who the heck I'm talking about. But
Obviously, people are like, oh my god, my humble queen. Yes, my humble queen. They loved her. Fans thought that she was so real for being open and honest about her plastic surgeries, her relationships, everything. She had the reputation of being the realest celebrity. Even though she was shy, she wasn't afraid to say whatever was on her mind. She would be in the middle of an interview and she would go, people in this industry are so fake. And everyone was like, she is so real for that. Like, God, my real queen, facts, period, go off. Okay, like people were eating it up. She even coined a term.
双言双语.
It basically means straightforward. Say
Like
what you
all
mean.
everything you just say how it is. Super straightforward.
being blunt? Question mark. Also, third celebrity crush would have been, which I didn't mention. This one actually is on par with what I look like on the outside slash personality wise, which was Amy Lee from the band Evanescence, because that obviously is a rock band. She was like, oof, chef's kiss back then. All three of them. So yeah.
Forward.
So for example, I don't know why.
So basically her name, Zheng Shuang, one of the letter is Shuang, which is like straightforward almost. So they use that, they play with that word, coin the term 双言双语, like you're just such a straightforward
Like
speaking
blunt.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, blunt. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
So yeah, like being blunt, like I got it. It's essentially what it should have been translated to, just being blunt.
Let me tell you how blunt she was. Don't ask me why this was a popular question back in the day, but a lot of Chinese interviewers would ask these celebrities, what music genre would best describe your personality? What music?
Yeah, back then, like your personality kind of revolved around the music you listened to. I don't know if people still do that, or if we've like gotten past that. But that's why I was saying my personality was kind of like attached to being a metalhead, or like we had emos that comes with like music. You had scene kids as well. I don't know if scene kids even still exists, or if that's just a thing that only millennials are like doing. But yeah, we had scenes, the emos, and all that stuff back then. So yeah, music was much more tied to your outward appearance, like the clothes you wore, plus possibly your personality. I mean, goth, you're supposed to be listening to like a specific kind of music. It doesn't have to be that, but also probably influences the clothes you wear, etc., etc. But yeah, I am. Well, we're just going to assume everybody knows what the heck Taylor Swift looks like, right? Or I'm just going to pull up images of like, hey, Sarah Silverman for a second, just to, like finish that whole arc of me talking about celebrities, and then we'll pull up a picture of Amy Lee if you don't know what she looked like. This is not like that good of a picture because this picture is actually really small. I'm just like blowing up. This is Sarah Silverman. Just to give context to what I was talking about earlier, I thought this was like a decent. Like I liked this picture out of the ones that I saw, so I chose this one. Still 2 thumbs up to this day. And this is Amy Lee, which is I picked probably something from one of her music videos, but this kind of like this would probably be what you were seeing of her constantly. So I think this was like rather than showing like a picture of something of now or that was outside of seeing her on her album or in a music video, because this is probably what you would be seeing usually. So this is Amy Lee. And again, I'm pretty sure everybody in the grandma knows who the heck Taylor Swift is, so I don't have to show you her, I assume. Yeah, like even now, still, like just go look back at Sarah Silverman for a second. Still 2 thumbs up. Even now, it hasn't changed. What were you even talking about now in the Stephanie Sue? Because we went on this huge celebrity crush tangent. I doubt anyone's going to talk about their celebrity crushes in the comments, but obviously, go ahead and do it. Don't be a coward. Do it. You won't.
Music genre.
R&B.
Really?
Okay, what about you, honey?
I need
Genre
to.
would best describe your personality. What
Oh.
music genre?
R&B.
Really?
Okay,
Oh, because they were doing the like what music best describes your personality. He said R&B.
what about you, honey?
Jay Chou.
J-Joe.
Background music.
Background. Elevator
What the heck is background music? Lo-fi beats to study to? Like, what do you mean by background?
music.
Cafe music.
Cafe music.
First of all, kind of a weird question to ask, but apparently it's a go-to. So ZS would get asked this nonstop. Like a month later, she would get the same question and again and again. And every single time, the first time she would say, "Oh, pop music."
I think it's just a reflection of the times where, again, like music was part of your personality. Kind of like how something else, kind of like how now that shifted to being a certain thing that I'm not going to talk about. But like personalities nowadays seem to be ruled by this one thing, one or two things. And that's like a shift from it just being like music back in the day, and now it's something completely different. Which again, I'm not going to get into that because I'm not going to talk about that kind of stuff on this channel. But, yeah, still like that. I think that's just a product of the time of like being asked what kind of music reflects yourself, your personality. Because it literally was music was a part of your personality back then, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
The next time she would say hardcore rap, and then the next time she
The heck do you mean by hardcore rap?
would say EDM. The next time, grunge pop.
Grunge pop? I had you at grunge, but grunge pop? I mean, I guess there's probably grunge pop, but how do you go from grunge to pop? Can those two even mix? It's like very, I mean, the word grunge is like the music itself is very grungy, and usually have like someone singing has like a very like, I don't know how to, like a very like worn out voice. This is the one who's like singing typically. It's not typically very poppy, so how do you get pop out of that? I mean, she's just like going and saying everything, but I could have argued the same thing. Like again, despite heavy metal being at the top of my list, everything underneath that's fine, you know. Taylor Swift, again, I loved her as a kid. Eminem it was a part of that too. I was really into Eminem in middle school. That was before I fully transitioned to being like a full metalhead. But like Eminem, so we have rap there, we have pop from Taylor Swift, and the heavy metal stuff. Obviously, that's just all that music in general. So I'm pretty much, I will listen to most things to an extent. Rap specifically kind of just sticks with Eminem. I don't really like go too far out of that because I don't really care about rap. I'm sorry, too much. But again, like Eminem was like, oof, that was the good stuff back then. That's why I know so much about the stand stuff. Because when I talk about stand, I've talked about standing a lot. But that's where stand comes from, right? If you don't know where the word stand in relation to being a fan comes from, it's from Eminem and his song Stan, and I loved that song growing up. So yeah.
And people were like, okay, maybe she just really loves music, and maybe this girl has like a crazy Spotify playlist and just listens to everything, right? Maybe she goes through phases.
I mean, just they didn't have Spotify back then, but still, I could have argued the same thing, right? Techno, I had like a techno and trance phase, like I don't know, in the 2010s. I don't know exactly where, but somewhere in the 2010s, I got really into trance, I would say.
But one journalist asked her straight up, why do you keep changing your answers? Do you just really love music? And she was so real. On camera, she said, oh, I just say whatever my PR team wants me to say.
Good answer, funny answer.
She said,
Wow.
I'm a product for entertainment, and as a product, my interests change based on what the audience wants to see.
Did your PR team tell you to say that?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Her PR team probably fired, okay? But
I kind of like her.
yes, people were eating it up. They were like, all the celebrities do this. She's the only one that's being honest. So real, so honest, my queen, okay?
Jen has a stand.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
right.
for now.
She's cool, and she has this crazy huge fan base, and she becomes the ultimate it girl of China. Her nickname was the Little Fairy of China. She's everybody's fave. And then she started kind of acting a little strange, a little too real, you know, a little too real. She would have these outbursts, antics. In one interview, she was on stage with a bunch of other actresses, and they're asked, "How would you describe youth?" Again. Stop asking these questions. These are dumb questions. Do you ask these to a group of guys? I don't think
She
so.
said that?
No. I'm saying that. That's a good answer though, no? Okay, so ZS looks around. She's standing on stage. She's holding her little microphone, right? And she crouches down to the ground, puts her microphone on the ground, stands back up, and boom, slaps herself on the face. Boom, slaps herself on the face. Like, it doesn't look like she's doing it particularly hard, but more like mock slapping where you turn your head and you're just smacking your face back and forth.
Okay, so what is she doing? Is she just like saying she's describing youth by getting beaten by her mother? Question mark. Is that the joke?
My youth, I got beat.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the implication that I was assuming. Is like her youth to her is being beaten by your mother.
she's visualizing.
I don't know.
This is my youth.
Nobody knew because everybody, even the actresses standing on stage with her, are looking at her like, this doesn't feel planned. It doesn't feel scripted. What's going on? They're concerned.
This
for
is
her.
not what the PR team told me to say.
No, they're worried for her. And when ZS was done, she said, "Youth is painful."
Just that generic. It felt more like my mom beats me, and that's what my youth was.
It was so bizarre. Some people thought it was profound. They were like, "That is so deep."
My bias.
Yes.
Bias.
Tear coming up.
I felt that like in here. Other fans were like, "I think she needs help." Like, I like her, but does she need therapy? So, and these outbursts, or whatever you want to call them, they started getting more frequent. At one point, ZS was featured on a lot of variety shows, like Koreans have it. It's like talk shows, but you have more games and skits. Like, think SNL, but even more games. Just a lot of fun, right? And you do dancing. There's even a talk show where robots fight to the death. We're gonna get to it. Fans.
What, Robot Wars? What are we talking about? Roll me back.
So, and these outbursts, or whatever you want to call them, they started getting more frequent. At one point, ZS was featured on a lot of variety shows, like Koreans have it. It's like talk shows, but you have more games and skits. Like, think SNL, but even more games. Just a lot of fun, right? And you do dancing. There's even a talk show where robots fight to the death.
I don't know what you mean, like a talk show by robots fight to the death, since I know Robot Wars. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I loved that growing up. Which was just like people actually made like these little boxes with like buzz saws and like hammers and stuff like that, and they would just have these two little robots with wheels on them just run at each other, ram each other. They'd have like maybe like flipping like ramps on them, so if they could get like underneath the other robot, they could flip it on its back, and then it's just free game, right? Like literally just like dog fighting robots against each other. That was like, did that happen in the 90s and 2000s? Like it was around the 90s and 2000s where you had like the Robot Wars stuff. So I don't know if she's talking about that. And like China just had a talk show where it was like Robot Wars, but they just talked over it as two little rectangles fought each other. Because we're not talking about like a humanoid robots. We're talking about like a box fighting another box, and those boxes just happen to have hammers and buzzsaws and drills attached to them.
We're gonna get to it. Fans did
Oh,
not
that's like
like.
American show, no? You build robots and you fight each other.
That sounds like a science fair, honey.
That sounds like Iron Man.
Yeah.
They don't understand. Like they don't know. He knows what I'm talking about. He knows what show I'm talking about. Me and the husband are on the same wavelength. Like me and him. Stephanie doesn't understand.
Fans did not like that ZS was doing these variety shows because as time went on, she was like in no movies anymore. All she was doing was variety shows, and fans speculated that she's almost exclusively doing this because it's easier to make money that way. You sign a contract, you film an episode, you get paid. Versus a movie, you go through auditions, then you gotta learn your lines, and then filming takes forever. It might not even be in this country. There's so much going on. Variety shows are a quick and easy way for people to make money.
If being an influencer can pay my bills, I would probably give up acting. Well, where's that taken us in the year 2025, where literally being an influencer, that what she said, right?
On
Influencer is
variety
actually a word back then?
shows are a quick and easy way for people to make money.
If being an influencer can pay my bills, yeah, that's what she said. I mean, unfortunately, that is what society has turned into. You can pay your bills sometimes, like 1% of the population, not even 1%, 0.0000001% of the population does pay their bills by being an influencer.
网红这条路可以养活我的话，我可能就会放弃拍戏。
It's also speculated that her parents were pushing her to do these variety shows because remember how they're their managers? Well, apparently the dad had really bad business investments.
We finally have mentioned the father. Nearly 40 minutes into this video, we finally got into the dad.
Allegedly, keep that in mind. Her parents are kind of shady. We're gonna get into it. So on these variety shows, ZS would act so bizarre. There's this one show where they were reading a script and they're gonna have like a little play between all these actors and actresses. And at one point, she falls into like a trance-like state and starts mumbling to herself. And everyone's looking at their script like, that's not in the script. Like, what is she doing? It's weird, they're confused. Spoiler alert, nobody knows what she was doing. It's not in the script.
Okay, I guess she's never explained why she did that.
In another part of the show, there's a shot of her sitting near the wall on a pole, and she's like slumped on the wall like this. She looks like she's melting into the wall during a show, during filming.
Yeah, sounds like she needs help.
No, she can't just being goofy, right? Well, I mean, maybe she needs help, or maybe she's just being goofy, or maybe I'm confused on like if it could be whimsical. If it's whimsical, right? Does that mean she's acting like a manic pixie dream girl? I know probably a lot of y'all don't even know what I'm talking about, or some of y'all haven't heard that word in a long time, and you just got hit with like nostalgia train of that term. I mean, the Sarah Silverman reference slash "You Belong to Me" by Taylor Swift slash Amy Lee from Evanescence might have slapped you in the face with nostalgia, but or any other thing I was talking about. Robot Wars. This is just going to be a nostalgia episode. We're talking about like so many turn of the century kind of stuff here. But yeah, manic pixie dream girl, I believe, is a term. I don't think she's exactly doing that right now, but she's being kind of spooky, right?
Yeah, for real.
Her body language was weird. It looked like she was completely zoned out. And there was also this game show called "This is Fighting Robots!" exclamation mark. Guess what it was about?
Fighting robots?
No, it was about makeup.
No, it's not.
That was not a well-executed joke.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so there's this ring. It's like a boxing ring. And each team, filled with celebrities, they get a robot. And it looks like one of those like Roomba vacuum cleaners.
This is, well, I don't even have to show you image. This is just Robot Wars. This is exactly what I was talking about. You got a rectangle with a buzzsaw or a hammer or drill, and they fight each other. Like literally, this is what I was talking about, but it was just the American version. I guess over there they had celebrities doing it.
Yeah, that's the robot thing. Yeah.
And they're small and they're cute. And they fight to the death. And when one robot is upside down like a robot cockroach, a judge starts counting to 10. If the robot doesn't get up in 10 seconds, that team is eliminated. It's cutthroat in the Hollywood industry world, okay? It's literally like boxing. So at one point, ZS's team robot is winning. But in order to secure the win, the other judge, they have to make sure that the other robot is down for at least 10 seconds, correct? But the judge is counting super slow.
Yeah, it's just like real wrestling, right? Because in wrestling they would do stuff like this, like they would count really, really, really slow to like build tension. Like they're just building tension.
Look, I don't know why there's not an automated fear timer for this, but
It's for the fans. It's to build tension, Stephanie. They're putting on a show.
his 10 seconds honestly lasted like 20 seconds. And ZS is not having it. She starts shouting in the middle of the show, like, "You're not counting right." And she starts counting instead. She's like, 9, 10, like 10, it's up. By the time that she counted to 10, he was still at 8. So she's upset and she starts yelling louder and louder, and the judge is ignoring her. And when other people try to calm her down, like her teammates are like, "It's okay." She says, "If I don't get mad, is everyone gonna just treat me like an idiot?" And she's getting like genuinely heated. This is not for like, "Hey guys, this is unfair," but it seems like she's about to blow up.
I feel like I could just, again, she's an actor, and we are on a show that's playing things up. Like, we're playing things up to make the audience build tension, the viewers at home build tension, and I don't think it's out of the wheelhouse that she was instructed to, you know, ham it up for the cameras, get like angry or whatever. You guys counted slow. I'm telling you, you guys counted slow. You guys counted slow. Do you guys think I'm an idiot if I'm not mad? Yeah, it just sounds like if we're doing like pro wrestling stuff, like if you're doing pro wrestling, they would be doing like hamming it up like this too. Is that right? I've always respected the rules of the game. But you guys, have you all given me the most basic form of respect? How did you count the seconds just now? I am really angry now.
Fans were on her side though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they thought she had genuine reason to be upset. They said she's standing up for her team. She's trying to be fair. I mean, there's definitely discrimination going on, and she's standing up for what's right. So you go, girl. Some people are saying, I get her personality. I feel like I'm like that. I'm quiet, I'm reserved, I'm kind of shy, but I like fairness. Like, I'll stand up for fairness. People said, I like her morals. She's got the right to be angry. And like, if they're just treating her like this girl next door, like who cares if she's mad? That's messed up.
Yeah, but she could actually just be genuinely mad as well. You know, all that pent up stress, etc., etc. But again, like there is a world where she is just acting and hamming it up for the cameras. Because again, that is just part of the show for these things.
People really, really liked this reaction. So like I said, people were at first very supportive of her realness, but then she started doing these live streams. These are not the type of live streams that you're thinking. They're not playing games. It's like a QVC live stream. So celebrities will literally have
QVC, we mentioned them before. This is about selling stuff. It's like that one guy who got 630 years not in jail, but 630 years banned from whatever platform he was using because he was selling stuff fraudulently, kind of. Again, it's just a TV show where they sell you stuff constantly.
have a commercial live stream where they're just selling you products. That's it. They're not talking to you, they're not hanging out with you, they're just selling you products, right? And fans will call in to buy product during the live stream. I guess it's supposed to feel like you're buying something directly from your idols, but the key here is that it was live. There's no editing. So everything ZS is saying on this live stream is gonna be on the internet forever. And she had a whole meltdown. She starts going off on her co-hosts, who were these well-known sales live streamers. They were invited to the live stream with her, and she's like, this is my live stream. I didn't invite you guys. I'm never doing this again. What do these product sales have anything to do with me? She was yelling at them for like 15 minutes, just ranting, rampaging, and her co-host had no idea what was going on. They just let her have her moment, and it was bizarre. She's treating these people like they stormed into her house and are forcing her to live stream when she signed a live stream contract to promote these products, and she was getting paid, and her team invited these people.
Are we going to go off the idea that maybe this is supposed to be her image, right? Like this cute girl who just explodes out of nowhere, like the hot-tempered girl now? Is that maybe that's just her, like, again, maybe that's just her image now. It's just cute girl gets mad. Like cute girl gets really mad. Right? Not like a tsundere, but in that ballpark.
我可能你
So you might need to
需要理
leave.
解他一下子，就是其实不用这样子。
We don't need to do it like this.
我不是就是
I'm not doing this live stream for any business purpose.
说是因为某种商业目的来去做这个直播的，我也不是想说
I'm not trying to sell certain amounts of
卖
goods.
多少商品，可能别人每个人
Maybe everyone's goals are
目的
different.
不一样，但我更传来
But in my live stream room today,
直播间，或者是我来今天来去
and all the products that I'm recommending
推
today,
荐所有的商品，都不是因为我想
not because I want to make money,
挣钱，我真的会觉得很烦
I feel disgusted.
我真的觉得我很
I
烦，
feel very disgusted.
真的反感，真的
So
反
disgusted.
感，我就是真的忍，
I can't help but feel disgusted. What? Just disgusted back to back to back to back.
不管你们怎么认为，
Does it matter?
我很反感，真的反感，真的反感，我就是真的忍不住的反感，不管你们怎么
Does it matter what you guys think?
认为，我不舒服，
I just feel uncomfortable.
我不接受这样的
I don't accept those types of sales methods.
销售行为。
我们就聊聊天。
To the girl, let's just chat then.
聊聊天好了，这场直播以后，
Today there won't be another live stream. So maybe even like here, she doesn't seem to be getting mad. She's just like, this sucks kind of situation. So I feel like this could be real. I mean, all of it is real, probably, right? Where she's genuinely got mad on the robot show. She is genuinely, like, quote unquote, disgusted, in her own words, at what's happening here. Them using her to sell products because maybe she doesn't want to do this, like Ash was saying.
再也不会进行直播了，要不就是以后
Unless it's my own style.
我自己有自己的直播风格，没有什么业绩
No more sales target and such.
啊什么什么的，就是这跟我有
What does that have anything to do with
什
me?
么关系啊？
This time, the internet was not on her side. People were saying she's unprofessional. You can't be 29 and acting like a child. People called her self-centered, egotistical. They said she had like a diva disease, a princess disease.
29. When would she have been 29? That was only a few years ago. right? That was. Let's see. Yeah, that might have been 2020. I'm not sure.
A lot of people were like RIP to her PR team because it was just really bad. People were commenting, if you don't like it, don't sign a contract to do a live stream like this. People were really upset. So a lot of people are commenting, if her parents love her, they should take her to a psychiatrist. Like something weird is going on here. So the conversation ended up circling back to ZS's parents and her relationship with them. What's interesting is that, remember how when ZS is a kid, ZS's mom was like the intense one. Now that she's an adult, it seemed like her mom was taking a step back. Her dreams had been fulfilled, ZS was a superstar, and her dad is now taking over that role of being like this crazy parent. He sold his construction company to become ZS's manager, and he tried everything to make sure he could suck out every penny, nickel, and dime from her. It was the vibe that people were getting. And I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, he tried opening up a restaurant and he promoted it under ZS's star power, which it kind of flopped. Not
I mean, sure.
because of ZS, but because of him. Then he tried selling face masks, which also flopped.
You're just trying to get anything to get going off of her to make money, though. I mean, she already has all the fame, right? Trying to milk it for even more is really making things probably go off kilter. So, how do we go all the way down to getting rid of some surrogate kids? Like, is all of this just culminated into molding her into doing something like that?
And then he would dig himself into financial debt, and we can only assume who paid off his debt. ZS. But just you wait, this dad is wild. Remember how ZS's fans were super upset when she and her first boyfriend broke up? He started doing these Weibo question and answer things. So you could, there's a popular Chinese app called Weibo. It's like Twitter, right? ZS's dad made a Weibo and advertised, hey, if you pay me $100, I will answer any question you want to know about ZS. Any invasive personal question that might be burning in your mind, all you have to do is pay me $100.
Yeah, but he's her dad, so it's not like he's gonna know everything. There's some things he can't answer.
That is so weird.
That's not a dad.
Yeah, and how it would work is that you don't just pay $100. Like, it's not like one person pays $100 and he posts the answer publicly. You actually have to pay $100 to get your own answer. So let's say he answered 2 questions a day and 20,000 people viewed that answer to the question and paid $100. He could be making like $100,000 a month.
Oh, you can pay money to view the answer.
Yes.
Isn't that kind of how Patron works? Question mark. I don't use Patron. I don't have a Patron, but isn't there stuff like that on there where it's like, oh, you have to pay? It's like pay-per-view, but or pay on demand or whatever. If you wanted to look at something, you have to pay for that specific piece of media, right? So here you're just paying for questions. That's like, I think that's what she's trying to like convey, is that he has different questions that are being answered, and if you as a person want to know what that answer to that question is, you have to pay. You're not paying to ask him something. You're paying to already get a bunch of like predetermined answers that have already been given. So like 1 million people can pay for the exact same question/answer.
Wow, that is crazy.
Oh, so everyone gets the same answer.
Yes.
Oh
but you gotta
my
pay 100. Each
God.
person has to pay
to
$100.
see that question. Oh my
That is
gosh, that is some
crazy.
crazy stuff.
He was making like $100,000 a month, and that's before Weibo took their cut, and ultimately ZS's dad stopped doing these Q&As, not because it was so invasive to his daughter's privacy, but because he didn't like Weibo taking a fat, juicy cut of his money.
Wow.
That he worked,
So stingy, bro.
yeah, that he worked so hard for, answering those questions sitting on his sofa, like those 5 minutes, and it was really hard.
Wow.
He had a really hard life. You know, you don't know what it's like to be a super famous dad to a rich, super famous kid. So sometimes he didn't even bother using compound sentences, just like super short answers that were not worth $100. The devil works hard, but ZS's dad works really hard. Yeah. That's not the only shady thing he was doing either. He starts appearing on reality TV shows with ZS. A lot of people speculated that he was just looking for an easy check. It's also speculated that ZS's parents never tried to get her any mental health help. It's speculated that they even encouraged her public outbursts because any publicity is good publicity, right? Maybe not.
Yeah, so I feel like some of it could have just been coerced, right, by them, by her managers. I mean, they are the managers, but like the people in charge of her, right? Just like hamming it up. Or maybe she actually is just feeling this way, and she has no other outlet to let go other than just doing it on camera. And I don't know if there's like a stigma for mental health in China, but maybe there is, and maybe that's why they're not trying to get her any help. It's just that way everywhere, right? Just stigma on mental health. So people just try not to do anything about it. Has it been getting better in America? I feel like in America it might actually just be okay, or like it's people think it's okay to go see a therapist or go get help, stuff like that. I don't think there's like as big of a stigma as it used to be, especially since everybody and their grandma claims to have X, Y, or Z kind of mental um, illness. So and they wear it like a badge. That's not like I'm not throwing shade. That's just an observation. So I feel like it's actually not a bad thing as it used to be. Like it's not a stigma like it used to be. So people are okay going to therapists, but I don't know if China has like a stigma for mental illness.
Not. Let's enter surrogate drama. Yeah. Or should I call it surrogate gate? Surrogate. Oh, yeah.
I don't get it.
So ZS met her baby daddy in May 2018. Remember that show, This Is Fighting Robots! Exclamation mark.
Which he didn't get it, but if you don't know, there's like inserts, events, plus gates was a thing people were doing when some big controversy would happen. So she's doing that, but saying surrogates. Maybe you get the joke now.
Remember it? Well, Zheng
Zheng, I think.
Hun was a producer on that show. They met backstage, and at first, Hun told the public, I didn't even like ZS. I thought she was an entitled little brat, and she did something on set that I would never forgive her for. Everyone's like, what? What would you never forgive her for, right? Hun said, she picked my favorite robot. She picked my favorite, she had the audacity to pick my favorite robot. And for whatever reason, maybe because of production issues, maybe her team didn't go on, but he never got to see his favorite robot fighting in the ring. And he would never forgive her for that. But for some reason, he found it in his big old heart. Forgiveness, right? So he forgives her. The man, wow, generous. So the two, they started officially dating August 2018. Their relationship was controversial from the moment it started. You'll see pretty soon that they start moving quickly, but that's not necessarily the issue of why it was controversial. This may be overanalyzing, but anytime they had these interviews together, remember how ZS was the realist? She kept it real. She wasn't overly outgoing, but when she was asked questions, she was very transparent. Well, now with him, she just kind of was more passive. It looked like he was doing all the talking. It looked like anytime she tried to talk, he would kind of maneuver the question away from her and back to him, and he would answer it, and people just didn't like that. It felt like he was this toxic dude that was trying to take charge of the relationship, and now the guy's doing all the talking. Then January 2019, both of them go on vacation to the United States.
2019. Are we like before or after? Because I just said like, I mean, maybe she would have been 29 at the end of. We're talking about January 2019. Because I think 2020 she should have been 29. Yeah, 28 going to 29. Right? And then 30, 21, she should have been 29 to 30. Like, she could have been 2021 too. But yeah, I feel like we just gone back in time.
Everyone is under the impression they're just going on vacation, right? Casual trip. But fans were following ZS's dog on Weibo. That's where you get all the scandals.
What?
Dog accounts. ZS's dog has a Twitter, and ZS's dog
Is
is
tweeting.
exposing them. The dog is boop, 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 boop. A picture was posted on ZS's dog's Twitter about their wedding photo in the United States. It wasn't like an official wedding photo. It's not like a bride and gown photo, but they're basically saying, oh, like, married. People were really confused. Is this a joke? Is the dog kidding? Is the dog dead serious? Is the dog giving them a sign? Is this an SOS from the dog? We don't know. This is not an official announcement, so people were confused. They did get married, and fans were extra confused. Like, they had only been dating 6 months. Why are they moving so fast? It would take another 11 months for people to figure out why they got married in America.
Okay, so what the heck is going on with that? That does seem weird. So 11 months, another 11 months on top of the 6 months. Like, they got dating for 6, got married 11 months later after that. They finally figure out why they did this? Question mark? It'll have to be like something like taxes or something.
America so quickly. But first, there's this whole thing about a business. There's a whole drama. This also happened early 2019. ZS and Hun started a company together. They were gonna work on developing a social media platform called M77. It's supposed to be where celebrities can post exclusively and extensively and get to know their fan base better. Honestly, I think even if ZS was the only celebrity on there, it would have killed it. Like, she's that famous, okay? Now, ZS seemed really excited about it, and she posted a promotional video that was in the style of 72 Questions with Vogue. You know what I'm talking about?
I love those.
Yeah, and the interviewer was like, oh, let me ask you 77 questions. And she's all like, 77? Why 77? Because of M77, your new app. Oh yeah, and they were touring the company building. She just looks really happy, I'm gonna be honest with you. She opens up and she says when she's anxious or stressed, she plays with Legos. It was really good energy.
I appreciate the Converse sneakers that she has on. I appreciate that.
But a lot of fans, they were skeptical about this business because there was a weird power imbalance between ZS and Hun. Somehow they found out that ZS had invested $2 million of her own dollars into their new company, and he only invested $900,000. And she owned 68% of the company, and he owned 32%, which the math.
Yeah, that's right.
It's mathing, right? Yeah. I think it's weird. And I guess in conjunction with the interview and how she's constantly taking the back seat, people were just worried about this whole business dynamic. The whole thing was throwing people off. On top of that, ZS also loaned Hun $3 million, which would be a whole thing later. They would go to court over it. He claimed that it was payment for being a manager of the company. She claimed it was a loan. ZS would ultimately win the court battle. He would have to pay her back.
Okay, well, at least you won that.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Fans really tore into Hun because she was putting in more money than him, and they called him soft rice man. You know what that is?
Weak?
The woman
Yeah.
is in charge in the relationship.
Yeah.
I don't understand. So you call a manly man 누룽지? Like this. Hard rice?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know these like slangs?
I don't know the reason.
I gotta go get Tiffany, okay?
You'll know.
Anytime there's any Chinese slang, he never can explain it to me, and I gotta call up Tiffany. I'd be like, hey, what's going on with this? And she gives me a whole report. She's like, let me tell you. Oh, let me tell you about another guy who's a soft rice man. And I'm like, okay, this is good. Okay. So there was a speculation that Hun was taking advantage of ZS, but the whole relationship was just weird. In the fall of 2019, the relationship starts unraveling. So they try to fix it by going on a reality show, because that's really smart.
Is it just a publicity stunt or what?
And it's called
like a
Mr. Right.
Like a whole PR thing.
Yeah.
That's it, PR.
Yeah. It's called Meeting Mr. Right because that's how they're gonna fix their PR image. In one episode of the show, they have this really awkward conversation. I don't even know how it started, to be honest, because I'm not Chinese. But ZS, the translation, ZS said, when we met, I didn't think you would be my boyfriend. But I thought that if you weren't gonna be my boyfriend, maybe you'd be like my manager or work with a company with me or something like that. Just indicating you're like a good businessman. I feel like we would have worked somehow together. And he's like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess it depends. I always like to keep busy, and if there's something I can do, I like to do it. And so ZS responds again, yeah, I think if you weren't my boyfriend, we would still work together really, really well. And he's saying, so you're saying you only got together with me because you want to work with me? And at that point, ZS just smiles and looks away. And Zheng looks really annoyed.
Wow.
I feel like that could be just hamming it up. If you are not my
要不是我男
boyfriend,
朋友，你可能就不会太会。
then you wouldn't be my
不会给我成
manager
功。
and you wouldn't form a company
对
with
其实
me.
我觉得
But I think if you are not my
不是我男朋友，我
boyfriend,
俩也会
we
配
can
得
still work well
非
together.
常好的。
所以你的意思是说，
So you're saying you only got together with
你是
me
为了让我跟你一起工作，所以跟我成为
so we can work together?
朋友？我好卑微啊！
I'm so petty, he says.
Maybe it was an act.
No, because after that episode, they did not show up ever again to that show. It was awkward and tense.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even understand what's wrong with the conversation. Like, to me, it was so out of left field. I didn't get it.
What do you mean? Like he feels like she doesn't like him. She only stayed with him for business reasons.
Yes, but I think the reason fans were confused was he wasn't a great businessman. Yeah, so like the
Ah,
app wasn't killing it either, you know? So it was weird. Like, I understand if maybe the guy's like, I don't know, insert whoever businessman, non-billionaire that you respect, right? And you're like, okay, this guy's really smart. Do you know what I mean? It just wasn't, the math wasn't mathing. It was just really bizarre. Yeah, and in the show, Zheng goes, so are we gonna break up now? I feel so belittled. I just really need space. I'm really sad about this.
I mean, divorce? I mean, because they're married.
Wow.
Bro, get it together.
She was being generous.
She's being very nice. I thought it was nice.
But I feel like something's holding her back. Because she's very outspoken, so I think she would have said something else.
That's true.
I feel like there's probably a lot more tension behind the camera.
For sure.
There's probably a lot more of these type of thing for them to say that kind of thing on camera. Like, come on.
Interesting. I thought it was like very, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but I kind of saw it as like a compliment. You know, like when couples are like, oh, I think even if we weren't romantically involved, I still respect your craft. Like, you know when other artists do that?
Like talent.
Yes, it kind of gives me the vibe of even if they weren't together, they respect each other's profession so much, they see the talent, they want to work with this person, even if they weren't dating.
Right.
I thought she was saying it like that. But he was like, oh my God, you're only with me for my mediocre business skills? Mother. It was weird. It was really, really weird. So the day after this episode, Zia sent Hun a letter saying she needed to rethink the whole relationship. They officially split up December of 2019. And that's when things really get messy because they're married. So this is a full-scale divorce, a public
Yeah, like again, did they just get married for some sort of business venture? Question mark.
divorce. Zia starts off the drama on Weibo by announcing that Hun had cheated on her.
Damn.
People were
So again, I don't know if we have like the take half scenario in this case. If so, who's richer? Question mark. Because then, if they get divorced, would she have to give him money? Question mark. Like to like have it out. Like would he gain money from this? Like who's going to gain money from this divorce?
pissed, okay? Think about it. You have an A-list actress, the hottest actress, you, regular producer dude. Okay, you, regular business dude. You dare cheat on the it girl of China? The little fairy of China? How could you? How could you? You guys have a company together, you're married. You guys have a family WeChat group. How could you? It said that Hun wanted to patch things up with ZS, okay? Fine, that makes sense. You would expect he would send her flowers every day. He would show up at her door on his knees begging her, babe, I promise, I'll never do it again. Take me back, okay? You can whip me around. I'll be your little No, for some reason, he was messaging her parents, who are her managers. But people thought that was weird. He would message her parents saying, like, I just really want another chance. Like, I really love her. I want to get back together with her. I want to raise our family together. He begs, yes.
I think I know why.
Our family. Okay, where are we going with that? Because we're being suspicious with that term.
He begs ZS's parents to help him get her back, but they refuse. Now hold on to your tits, because after this, ZS and Hun start a battle of who can expose each other more aggressively on social media. Just nonstop online back and forth to see who can insult the person other more, expose the other person more. At first,
Are we pulling the whole, like, Chris Wu scenario? Right? He was the one who did that, right? Where he was just doing, like, crazy stuff on social media and making it like a real life soap opera. Are we just doing that now? Are they taking a page out of his book?
fans were on ZS's side. Details come out about how much money she was pouring into the M77 project. Apparently, she invested, at the end, upwards of $10 million. Hen only invested less than $1 million, but he owned like 20 to 30% of the shares. He still had an executive role in the company, and he was on payroll. November 2019, he resigned, and he resigned at the same time that the company funds dried up. Fans start speculating, did he embezzle money from her? Is that why they broke up? Oh my gosh, was she being sarcastic on the TV show? Like, if we weren't dating, we'd still work together or something? I don't know.
Oh, it's
I
like a
don't know.
foreshadow.
Yeah, it's so weird now that I'm, okay, anyway. That's apparently on top of the $3 million that she had loaned him on the side. So that's a lot of money. Hun then left China in early 2021, and he moved to Denver, Colorado.
That's kind of random.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, why Colorado?
People, Denver, Colorado, you've been, I hear it's beautiful, but it's kind of random, okay? It's not like the Chinese destination. Like, it's not New York City, it's not Orange County, it's not, I don't know, right? Denver. He didn't have family in Denver. He didn't have a US citizenship. So a billion people in China are like, why the f is he in Denver, Colorado? Like, this is so random. What's going on? Netizens start some wild speculations. Some were like, he committed fraud. He committed fraud. He defrauded, borrowed money from loan sharks. Ooh, he owes a lot of money to ZS. And so he's running away from China to the United States.
Though, you kind of do get that kind of feeling, but I don't think you can run. Like, just because you're in America doesn't mean you can't still get in trouble for whatever you were doing, right? I feel like that's a worse place to go. So it's probably like easy to actually just find you, right? Well, maybe not. And maybe it's not the easiest place to be found. Maybe like in China is probably the easiest place to be found because they have cameras everywhere and they're constantly watching your face all over the place. I mean, we have cameras everywhere here, and maybe we have the same sort of, you know, social credit thing where the cameras are always watching you and analyzing your face and seeing where you're at all times, but it doesn't feel that way with how people get away with stuff all the time, right? So I feel like maybe actually in China, if you're trying to not be seen, you probably don't want to be there because there's cameras everywhere constantly, like recording your face, making sure you're not being bad, question mark.
Some people were like, Colorado, weed is legal in Colorado. I don't know, connect the dots, boo boo. Okay, people were like coming up with these theories,
Makes
right?
sense now.
They were like, it's clicking in my head. Is it clicking in yours? There were a lot of theories online. Surprisingly, you would imagine that he would not respond to these, right? He responded. He said, actually, I'm not running from loan sharks. I'm here to protect 2 young lives.
Okay, we're talking about the surrogate kids.
What's that supposed to mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I hate when celebrities do that. If you're gonna answer the question, answer it with points, bullet points. I wanna know exactly everything that you're saying. Break it down for us. Break it down. Don't have me doing mental cartwheels, because I might end up somewhere else.
So, is that where she had the surrogates have these children? Question mark. In Colorado, and that's why he's there to take care of the kids? Question mark. Is he actually doing something good? Once again, I say question mark.
It was so cryptic. Like, this guy knows that this guy knows what he's doing by posting something so cryptic. He causes this online frenzy. He has kids? What is he talking about? Oh my God. Chinese media agencies, they reach out to Heng's friends in America. The friends confirmed that Heng was in Denver, Colorado, taking care of his kids. Not only that, they sent these Chinese media news outlets birth certificates of Heng's kids. I feel like Sherlock Holmes. I feel like Hen told them to leak it. Because you can say, oh yeah, he's with his kids. It's another thing to send 4K resolution pictures of their birth certificates to the news outlets. It's a little bit different, you know what I mean?
You're right.
Yeah, because who has 4K pictures of their birth certificate? I mean, maybe now people do that, but
I don't even know where my birth certificate is, so it's weird.
wait, what do you mean? How do you have any sort of license? Since I had to get my driver's license renewed, was it last year? Last year, the year before that, I don't know. Maybe last year. It doesn't matter, who cares? And they needed my birth certificate for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they needed it. So how do you expect to get any of these things if, like, these government facilities end up wanting your info randomly? Like, what are you supposed to do if you don't know where it's at? I feel that's not good. Though, my dad's kind of in that situation because he doesn't know where his is. He's so old, so it's just like lost to time, unfortunately. But he got in the mail yesterday a thing asking or saying that he can't renew his license, his ID online. He has to go do it in person. But when I went in last time, they needed my birth certificate. So they might ask him for his birth certificate, but he doesn't have it. So it's like, oof.
Where's my birth certificate? A couple things to note about this. Apparently, Hun had a son born December 19th of 2019 during his very public divorce with ZS. And then his daughter was born January 4th, 2020, just a few weeks apart. People are confused. Wait, so he had kids with 2 different women? Because how do you have a baby like a month apart? That doesn't make sense. How do you have baby 1 born, and then 1 month later, baby 2 born? No. Some people were arguing, no, did you know? Sometimes twins are born like months apart.
Shut up.
Is
Really? I don't know if this is true.
So.
like I don't know if I've heard that before. That's kind of crazy.
I don't know, but netizens were like the rare chance.
I mean, there's different ways for twins to happen, I guess. Is it possible that it takes, like, for some reason, one of the eggs doesn't, like, both eggs get fertilized, but, like, at a delay, even though they should have been locked off at one point? Like, I don't know what's going on there.
Could
To, like, create a situation like that.
be sometimes, you know. And then people were like, oh, you think he had babies with the woman that he cheated on ZS with? That makes sense. And then the news media outlets released the birth certificates. Boom. Guess who was listed as the mother of the children?
CS?
ZS.
Oh, they still list yes.
How is that possible? People, their brains were cut. They were lobotomized by this news. I don't know what to say. They were lobotomized, okay? ZS is a public figure. She did live tours. She did interviews, variety shows all throughout 2009. She never looked pregnant. 2019. She never looked pregnant, not even in December. In fact, she looked really thin. There was no way she was carrying a single child, let alone twins, right? Surrogate gate. That's when the internet sleuths put poo and poo together. ZS had mentioned in previous interviews that she wanted to have kids, but she talked about how it wasn't possible with her career. Her schedule was hectic. She was under a lot of stress. She felt like she wasn't confident her body could carry out a pregnancy full term and the baby would be healthy because of the amount of stress she's under. She mentioned that she might travel overseas to freeze her eggs in the US, where surrogacy is legal in the US. Now, I didn't know this, but not only is surrogacy illegal in China, it's actually illegal in most parts of the world.
I mean, I feel like it makes, well, I don't know if it makes sense in China, but China had like the whole thing for a while where you weren't allowed to have more than one child, right? Or you weren't allowed to have children at all. I don't know. I think it was just the one child rule, right? Didn't they come and steal your kids if you had more than one, and then you never see them again? Question mark. I feel like that's just like crazy like folklore or whatnot. Like just that people tell each other like that's what they do over there, but they probably didn't do that. Also, Jesus, multiple times my internet has like gone off during this video. So if you just see like a random pause where I just like cut and then just keep playing the video like nothing happened, it's because the internet's off. I see it's off. I have to unplug the Ethernet and then replug it. Like it doesn't really matter that much, but it's just I don't know why it keeps happening. It's happened like 2 or 3 times. You can see there if you were paying attention to the video player down there that all of a sudden we just got a boost of stuff on the timeline because it had stopped completely. Anyways, I don't know if any of that stuff is just like boogeyman talk about China and then like stealing kids because you're not allowed to have more than one child or whatnot. I mean, I guess we could look it up, but yeah, because I don't. I mean, I didn't live there, so I can't say anything about it. But yeah, the one-child policy in China for a while. I don't know if it's still going. I don't think it is, right? But that led to a lot of trafficking and like children being stolen and put into orphanages? Question mark. That were then to be like sold off to, I assume foreigners, kind of like the brothers' home in Korea. Like where some of those people were being sold off, right? Question mark to foreigners. That's just what Google says, kind of what was happening with that. So yeah, the one-child policy kind of just ended up causing a lot of trafficking for children instead of like keeping people from only having one child. I think people were just having multiple children and then having someone to come in and steal them and selling them off. I don't know if it was the government themselves that was doing it and putting them in these orphanages. Like Google says the government tried to prevent any of this stuff from happening, but I don't know. It just, the myth / boogeyman of what was happening was they had this policy taken in, and if you had more than one kid, the government would show up and steal your child. And you would get in trouble, and you would never see them again. But that's just stuff I was hearing, like, I think as a kid. So it could just be, that could be incredibly inaccurate. So don't take what I'm saying as like truth. It's just what I had thoughts in my youth. Though, how did we get to this? Oh, I was like, how did we get to this tangent? Is we were talking about adoption, right? And I was saying that's probably why like surrogates aren't a thing in China because of the whole one-child policy to begin with, and all that kind of stuff. So it makes sense that surrogates aren't allowed there.
The US is considered a pioneer for commercial surrogacy. So to be fair, that's a blanket statement. Surrogacy is defined as an arrangement between two parties. One party is the person or the couple that want to have a child. The other party is the one that has a functioning uterus that can carry a child to term, and they have this contract where there is financial payment in exchange for a child. You'll get money for this pregnancy, right? These people typically don't know each other. They're met through an agency, a surrogacy agency. That is illegal in a lot of countries in the world. Informal surrogacy is a little bit different, where it's like you and your girlfriend, if you have one.
I don't.
Okay.
Oof.
Testing him. It's like when you know this person, a family member is doing you a favor. That's informal surrogacy.
That's a little weird too, though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can't have a baby, everyone's okay with it. You know, I don't know, right? Yeah. But that is not necessarily illegal. Maybe it's a little tricky during family gatherings, friend gatherings, but you probably won't have to go to jail. It's just when it's a contract involved, financial payment is involved, right? Now, the reason that this is illegal in China is they say it's cultural. China said surrogacy objectifies women's bodies. Basically, China is saying commercial surrogacy is giving Handmaid's Tale. They believe that it reduces women to essentially human incubators. They think it's dehumanizing. America thinks the opposite. They say if there are couples out there who are not able to conceive, They should have the right to be able to pay someone who has the right to control their own body and make money from their own body if they so want to. So it's kind of, I don't know. You guys decide what side you're on. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no horse in this race. Granted, we allegedly are, not like we, but like humanity is when I say we are making incubation chambers for babies. So assuming that goes through and they start working and they work well, women might not even be having kids anymore. We'll just put DNA into a pod, and then 9 months later, baby pops out. We will turn into just a stork delivering a baby. Like, we are possibly heading toward a future where saying the stork is where children come from isn't that far off from the truth. I wouldn't be surprised if they named these things stork, like some sort of like clever, quote unquote, word for stork, right? Because we literally are heading towards that future, I would assume, if it's actually possible. Maybe it's not possible, but if it's actually possible, we are heading towards a point where women might not even be having children anymore. They just get incubated in like a pod, and then pop out 9 months later, like I said. So that might not even be a factor in people's lives anymore. I'd assume like possibly they would even sterilize humanity, and then depending on how these pods work, and you would just put the two's DNA into this pod and it would make a baby, right? So like having relations no longer matters. Like nobody on the planet will be able to procreate naturally. They would have to use the pods. Like, who knows if we will end up in a dystopia, if you want to call it dystopia like that, but there is like a branching timeline where we end up in that kind of dystopia.
No. All I know is a lot of wealthy people from all over the world will get a U.S. visa, travel to U.S.
Or utopia, if you want to. I'm using the word dystopia, but maybe somebody else believe that to be a utopia. Again, I have no horse in that race, so if you believe it's a utopia or dystopia, that's up to you, your opinion.
Own body if they so want to. So it's kind of, I don't know. You guys decide what side you're on. I don't know. All I know is a lot of wealthy people from all over the world will get a U.S. visa, travel to U.S., sign an agreement with a surrogacy agency, pay them a ton of money, and then come back home to their home country with a baby. It's typically very frowned upon, and it seems like that's exactly what ZS and Hun did. Back in early 2019, when they were vacationing in the US, now it made sense why they got married out of the blue, and December 2019...
Oh, I think maybe because you need to be married to have children, have a surrogate children, so they had to be married to even start the surrogate papers. I don't know why I said papers, but like the whole surrogate rigmarole.
Their son was born. The math is mathing. Yes. Now, this is not alleged. Hun confirmed it on social media that he had 2 surrogate children. He had 2 kids with ZS via surrogates, 2 separate surrogates. One for the son in December, one for the daughter in January. And he was now in Denver, Colorado, taking care of both the kids.
One's born at the end of the month, one's at the end of the year, one's born at the beginning of the year. I feel like could that be weird for them growing up? To be like, I got born a whole year ahead of you, even though we're not that old. We're only a month apart. I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be like some sort of like, it's probably not that bad. Like, it's just gonna be like some teasing between the two of them. But there could be some sort of like friction there, where one got born a year early than the other one. Well, not a year early, but got born a whole year number ahead of the other one, even though they're only a month apart.
This was such a big scandal because surrogacy, like I said, is frowned upon in China. Although Hun and ZS technically didn't break any laws because the surrogacy didn't happen in China, it just left a bad taste for people. It was giving rich people don't want to sacrifice their careers, so they got a surrogate.
Again, babies not be spawning in pods in the future, so who knows?
That's what it's giving. It was a massive scandal, but we're just getting started. Okay, shortly after this announcement, a phone conversation was leaked between ZS's parents, and Hun's dad. So technically there's 2 phone conversations. The first recording is Hun's dad and ZS's dad. ZS's dad basically says, "We don't want the kids anymore. We want to talk to the hospital about what to do next." Hun's dad...
Hold on. I wasn't focusing hard enough on this.
Rich people don't want to sacrifice their careers, so they got a surrogate. That's what it's giving. It was a massive scandal, but we're just getting started. Okay, shortly after this announcement, a phone conversation was leaked between ZS's parents, and Hun's dad. So technically there's 2 phone conversations. The first recording is Hun's dad and ZS's dad.
So Hun's dad and ZS's dad. So both of their dads are talking to each other.
ZS's dad basically says, we don't want the kids anymore. We want
Okay, so her dad is like, screw the kids.
to talk to the hospital about what to do next. Hun's dad says, what are you talking about? You think it's just that easy? That's illegal to do in America. So the reason that people speculate he said it's illegal to do in America is because ZS's dad was hinting at an abortion, but these women were like 7-8 months pregnant. Like you're talking a fully developed baby. Like some premature babies are born at 7 months. These are fully developed people. They have consciousness. This is no longer the whole road.
Consciousness is questionable because I've talked about how if we go supernaturally, that some people believe that you don't get a soul until a few years into your lifespan. And like if you're saying you even have a soul to begin with and you're like not like an atheist or anything, so that could be attached to consciousness. I'm not talking about it what she's talking about at all, but we're just talking about like weird kooky stuff here. I'm not but because I feel like even if we're not talking about like silly stuff, I mean they shouldn't be dying to begin with. Like I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying I just got hooked up on the fact that she said consciousness, and like, are we gonna say like children have consciousnesses? I don't really think so. Like most people can't even remember. I mean, I guess some children could have consciousnesses because some people do say they can remember like their entire life, but most people, I think it's like around 4 or 5 when they actually gain consciousness.
Roe v. Wade debate. This is straight up. Nobody is on the side. Nobody's like 7 months. That's fine. Nobody.
Yeah, like that's saying nobody's on the side of like we need to get rid of them. Like I'm just like I hung up on the fact of consciousness, but that has no factor in whether or not they should or shouldn't be. Or that has no factor in if they should be like eliminated. Like if they had consciousness or not, they shouldn't be eliminated. Is what I'm saying.
Not a single person on the pro-choice side. So at the time of this recording, 3rd trimester. What are you talking about? People were horrified.
These 2 kids. This is her dad. Who discussed about. We don't want them anymore. Because of the situation, the couple has separated. Nobody can afford to take care of the kids. What are you talking about? Nobody can afford to take care of the kids. Y'all like millionaires. Both of you. Both of them are millionaires. Your child is a millionaire. Y'all probably have a lot of money. What do you owe? I mean, the dad's like a scumbag, right? So never mind. Let's tell the hospital. We are abandoning them.
Then the second phone conversation is leaked, and it's even worse. It's between all of them except for Hun. ZS's dad
All of them except for the husband.
goes, if these phone conversation is leaked, and it's even worse. It's between all of them except for Hun. ZS's
So the parents and her, maybe like mom, dad, and Shuang.
dad goes, if these 2 don't get back together, one thing is clear. We're not having these kids. We don't want these kids. Hun's dad is saying, what do you mean you don't want them? Like, you can't back out of this now. ZS's mom says, maybe we can get a lawyer and ask for an adoption. Maybe they can be put up for adoption. Hun's dad is like flabbergasted. What do you mean adoption in America? I don't get it. What are you talking about? And then ZS, the celebrity, comes in. She said, well, we're not really familiar with this process either. I'm dealing with this all alone. I want to ask Hun what to do with all of this, but what do you even do with these 2 kids? Just help us deal with this, please. I know I'm really worried, and we need to take care of responsibility for our lives and what happens in it. And then she rants, God, now we can't even abort the kids. I'm so annoyed.
What? I'm so mad I want to ask Hong. Now he knows. What is his plan? She was saying it, like, Stephanie was saying that with, like, no, like, wrath in her voice. So I kind of made it seem like she wasn't talking like this, but it sounds like she's actually kind of mad here. Like, Shuang. That was, what is his plan? I can't even delete the kids. I'm so annoyed.
ZS's mom said, in America, after a few months, you can't abort anymore. So the only way is to put them up for adoption. After the kids are born, we can just give them to somebody else. And the 2 can forget about them. Just forget about them. That's what she says. Forget about the kids. ZS says, I don't want these 2 kids anymore. But don't worry, Hun's dad, Hun's mom. If Hun and I ever get back together, we can still have kids. I have more frozen eggs in America anyways. We haven't used all of them. Basically, these kids are just like disposable. Like, if we get back together, I have more. in the freezer. They're next to my ice cream.
Wow.
And she said, and since I don't want these 2 kids, we can give them to those who want children. Technically, we're doing something good here. People did not think so, okay? People did not agree. They were shocked. They couldn't believe that ZS was saying these things. I think also one thing is, there's something about society. Oh, we're going there. There is an aversion, I do think, that people feel when a woman acts super anti-motherly. There's almost like an extra like, ugh. I think if a dad said it, it's less of a crazy reaction, but there was just this intense like, oh my god, how dare she? Like, which I agree, this is really fucked up. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is pretty fucked up, but it was just crazy. It wasn't even about the surrogacy anymore. I think people could overlook that, mainly because it was legal, and from one of ZS's old social media posts, she said that she had a medical condition, and she said that she stated that she felt ashamed that she cannot have children. So people...
Okay, well, before we get any further, I don't think this is even remotely like a man or woman thing. This is just like, she said some crazy stuff. Like, I feel like even if you heard a guy say that, like, it was like, what are you talking about? That is crazy. Like, sure, whatever, but I feel like at the bottom line, like, she just said some crazy stuff, like Stephanie said. Like, she was just like, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that.
People thought, well, she has a medical condition and surrogacy is legal in the US. Technically, she's not breaking any laws. And how are you going to deprive her of building her own family?
Yeah, but
Except she doesn't want her family.
didn't want the kids for the right reason.
These phone calls, wow. Ironically, in the preface of her book, she wrote a poem about life is a sacred thing. She wrote about how her mom was pregnant with her, and she wrote verbatim, have you ever hugged a newborn baby? Pink, round cheeks, pale body with hints of red, even the fist-sized face with its features scrunched together, all makes you dare not touch. The moment you hold hands with her, everything seems brighter. Basically talking about the joys of having a child and having a family. Meanwhile, her phone conversation, she's like, what do you mean? You can't throw them away.
I thought she was real.
What's crazy is some people agreed with her.
Wow.
Some people said, well, if she wanted kids with Hun and now she knew that he cheated on her and she doesn't want that family with him anymore, then why not?
Yo, what is the cheating, though? Is the cheating just not even a thing? I mean, maybe he did cheat. I'm not saying he didn't. But with how she's acting with the kids, could she just be saying, like, is cheating just the surrogates themselves? Like, she's pretending like the surrogates were the cheating, but she didn't think he would have the gall to talk about the surrogate babies? So it's like not actually cheating, it's just like trying to use that as something that he won't like talk about, and so he has to pretend that it's about cheating. Like, he has to like pretend that he cheated because he can't bring up the surrogates, but like, no, he just is going to bring up the surrogates. He doesn't care. But maybe he just did that. He did cheat, obviously.
But most people were like, that's not how it works. Like, that's really not how it works, okay? But when all of this is being leaked, Hun actually accused ZS of cheating on him too. Just really digging her name in the dirt.
Okay, well, 2 implies that he did do it, so it's just mutual cheating all around.
Side note, this guy is incredibly messy. There was no need for him to respond to hate comments, but he would constantly respond to them. People would be like, just shut up. Like, I bet ZS paid for the surrogacy fee because you're broke. And then he would be like, do you want me to post the pictures? I paid for it all. It's like, okay, you're making it worse. Another person would write, when the child grows up, you have to tell them that their parents broke up because their father cheated. And he would respond, you should actually go ask ZS how many times she cheated on me. So at this point, ZS goes quiet on her socials. She does not make any public statements. She did not respond to her ex-husband or anybody calling her out because, how do you respond to that? But in these days, in these times, silence is confirmation. The first half of 2021 was really rough on ZS. Hun was on a rampage, just coming for her jugular, coming for her career, her throat, everything. In April, he posted a series of screenshots where ZS was negotiating her salary for a TV show she did called A Chinese Ghost Story. She asked for almost $25 million for 77 days of filming. 77 days. That's like 2.5 months. And she was gonna get paid $25 million. To give you a perspective, some of Hollywood's biggest actresses, like Gal Gadot, Margot Robbie, they only made about $10 million on their biggest movies, and it takes a long time. Maybe like half a year? That would mean that ZS is technically one of the highest paid actresses in the world. But that wasn't the issue. The issue was that China has regulations for these types of things. So let's say the budget for the movie itself is $10 million. You can only pay the actors and actresses 70% of the total budget of the TV or movie show. So that means no actress can get paid $25 million. The amount that she was legally allowed to get paid for this movie, max, was $7.7 million.
所以说现在这个
The industry right now is very tough.
行业内特别不好干，超乎
They will come after you if you get paid more than 7.7 million.
钱你就给你秋后算账。
So she had what they call a yin and yang contract. Yang is the legal contract that says $7.7 million. You sign right here. You show this to the Chinese IRS. You pay taxes on that $7.7 million. The yin contract is hidden. Nobody from the government sees this. It's floating, okay? Nobody knows, but it exists. The production company will pay you the extra difference. So if you sign for $25 million, you take away the 7.7 legal dollars, and then you pay the rest to a shell company, typically owned by a family member, in this case, ZS's mom. And in most cases, you don't pay tax on the fat chunk of money in the behind the scenes.
Okay, so she's gonna get exiled by China government because of tax evasion? Question mark.
Kind of smart.
Yeah, that's why if you Google Chinese, like Chinese top celebrities' net worths, it's always like, ooh, this person's worth $10 million. In fact, they're probably worth like $300 million.
Yeah.
But how did they not get caught though?
Oh, they're
Oh, they're
out.
getting caught right now.
Oh,
and
some of the biggest names were taken
all the
out.
big names, like in the last couple of years, wiped. They get fined like hundreds of millions for tax evasion.
So,
and guess what? They will pay it. These
because they're
celebrities are
that
just
rich.
like, boom,
They're
paid
that
it.
rich?
Like,
Yeah.
think about how much cash they have, like how much liquid funds
They're
they
like,
have.
oh, last 10 years you owe us all these tax. You have to pay 100 million.
And they're just like, okay.
In 2 months they
Here
pay
you
it.
Damn.
Yeah. So Hen, he posted this, exposed her. Supporters are really turning on her, calling her the scum of the earth, right?
How is she gonna turn this around? We got like 13 minutes.
Side note about this,
Well, less than 13 minutes because this video is sped up, but
ZS would eventually be fined about $32 million for tax evasion plus $10 million in unpaid taxes. You know how Hun was the one that exposed her? Mm-hmm. He was her agent when she signed that show. So
He's the one that did the contract.
he was fined $5 million for committing tax fraud.
Ooh.
So because of that one social media post that he did in spite of his ex-wife, he was fined $5 million.
okay. So, like, he could be just taking like not the heroic stance, but he's like he knew that he was gonna get in trouble, but he did anyways. I mean, I'm giving him a lot of benefit of the doubt, but that's probably just mainly because he's trying to take care of the children? Question mark. So I'm like giving him some slack since he actually seems to possibly care about the kids, but maybe it's just all just a PR stunt to draw favor in his on his side. Though I mean these candid conversations that the parents were having seemed like the parents actually do care about these kids. Because like it's not like anybody's listening to these conversations, or they didn't know anybody was going to hear these conversations, right? So they were speaking from the heart? Question mark, if you could say that. So the parents actually wanted the kids, possibly Han, wanted the kids as well, and the others just did not. Anyways, we're off track.
By the Chinese government.
Just like that.
Yeah, and the guy is really something. The guy's really something. When you add up
Like he could just be taking one for the team with the IRS stuff.
all of ZS's lawsuits against Hun and the tax evasion fines, Hun is actually looking at around similar $34 million of debt and interest in China. And China has a zero tolerance policy for tax evasion, meaning the IRS is similar, but not really. Like your life is just, but China is like, you're going to jail. Yeah, we don't care. No, you don't have to. We're going to just throw you in jail. The Chinese ghost story was banned from being broadcasted on any and all broadcasting platforms. Speaking of being banned, in early 2021, ZS, everything she was in was banned. She was blacklisted in China. Do you know what that means?
No.
You know how in the US you get canceled?
Okay, so it is in fact tax evasion. She got exiled from existence because of tax evasion.
In China, you disappear. You can't find their movies anywhere. You can't find any show they were on. You can't find their
Everything's wiped from
Instagram.
the internet.
What?
The
Yeah.
Chinese government is like, you disappear.
Yeah, like anything you've appeared in are gone.
Which
Like,
sucks for
all show.
everyone
Well,
else.
that sucks
at
for
work.
everyone, yeah.
Exactly. That's why it's such a big risk now. Like to work, like imagine you work your butt off for a year to make this movie, and then one of the actor did some crime, boom, the whole thing's gone, and you have nowhere to complain. Like, what do I do?
All her brands dropped her. She was like a Prada ambassador, dropped her. I mean, everyone. Harper's Bazaar deleted all of her photos off their social media accounts. Anyone who had any sort of business partnership with ZS cut her off. Her name.
It's kind of weird though that all these things are. I mean, China's the one that's strong arming them to drop her, but it's like celebrity commits tax evasion. Isn't that 99.99% of celebrities / people who have a lot of money? Like you're dropping them because of something that every rich person does? Really? Like, obviously, it's just because China's like dropped them or else. But
was banned from all Chinese social media platforms. You couldn't even tweet about her. In fact, food delivery apps banned her name. I don't know why. Because a lot of people in China have the same name and they could no longer get food delivered.
That's so unfair.
Thousands of Chinese citizens were like, what the bro?
Yeah.
credit score damage.
It's a pretty common name too. So
Yes.
yeah, Zheng Shuang, it sounds pretty common.
Okay.
So these people got mad and the food delivery apps were like, okay, fine, we were just trying to be woke queens, but I guess we won't ban your name anymore. She had to renounce all of her awards, her books were taken off the shelves, all the movies, everything gone, everything gone. So ZS became China's most hated celebrity, just like that, overnight almost. Somehow things just got worse from there.
How did they get worse? Can't you just go to somewhere that isn't going to blacklist her? Like, just go to Japan, go to Korea. I guess go to America. Your kids are in America, so I mean, I guess just go to America, take care of your kids with what money you have left from tax that they took the taxes out of.
In May 2021, there was a custody hearing. It was revealed that ZS had filed for custody of the kids as far back as December 2019.
Huh?
People were more confused now. Just a few months before, she was saying she didn't want the kids, but then
Yeah, she literally said on call she didn't want them, and her parents didn't want them.
she filed for custody.
Is it just to get... Is it just for child support? Is it some sort of weird thing where, like, yeah, she doesn't want them, but she wants the money that child support will give her? Because it probably will be a lot of money, right? Because I don't know how child support works, but is it a percentage of whatever the other person makes, or is it just like a flat amount? Because if it's a percentage, then she would be getting a huge chunk of this guy's money, right? So is that the scheme? Have these kids with him, don't want them, but claim that they're yours, which if this was America, the woman almost always would get them. It doesn't really matter. The man has to fight for the kids. The woman just gets them by default. But I don't know if we're going by China rules or American rules. But is that the scheme? Is that what I'm about to hear?
Some argued this was her trying to save face. Others argued maybe ZS said those things in the heat of the moment, but when she realized and calmed down, she realized those are my kids. I want my kids. So
I don't know. Again, I'm just thinking it was for child support.
some argued that maybe the narrative was being skewed against her. So the
Yeah, like again, like it could be that all of whatever Hong's family was saying was not right, but I'm just going with she wanted child support for now.
custody hearing was held in Colorado, and Hun was granted primary custody.
Okay, so he got custody despite everything?
ZS had supervised visitation rights, and she would be able to increase those visitation rights if she went to therapy. This is the part that gets really sad. ZS and Hun weren't just dissing each other anymore. They start using their kids as pawns to smear the other person.
That's unfortunate. There's something that happens, I think, with these kind of situations.
Father's Day 2021, Hun started posting these videos of himself, his mom, and the two kids looking at the sunset, and he basically insinuated in the caption that the kids told him they were so happy today, just today, they were so happy because they were with dad. Insinuating that they're scared of their mom. Netizens were also questioning him, like, why don't you go back to China? Because he was saying, like, how the kids want to go to China or something, like, you want to meet the family, like, be together with his parents, because his parents were going back and forth from China and Denver. And Hun posted a document, a court document that showed that ZS requested that if the kids are taken out of the United States, both parties, both parents have to sign off on it, which I think is a pretty regular thing to do, especially if you have bad blood between the parents. Like, imagine you can just kidnap your kid to a different country and then what? It's too late at that point. But the shady thing is, Hun only posted ZS's lawyer's request. He didn't post the judge signing off on the request, so we don't even know if this was in motion. But he was insinuating that he can't go to China to be with his family and unite his whole family with his new kids because ZS was evil. Because ZS wasn't letting them out.
Yeah, I think it's just like messy all around.
And then the abuse allegations started. First,
Abuse from who?
Hun dipped his toes in. He accused ZS of animal abuse and said
At what? Is he just like crazy now? Just saying whatever to throw under the bus? Is it? Can we just like not anymore? Like, it's over. You got the kids. She's been erased from existence by China. Like, you've won? Question mark. Just let it go. Unless he just has a personality that just can't let things go.
said that ZS was such a horrible person. She had this dog who was really sick. Instead of taking that dog to the vet, she said it's cheaper to buy a new dog than take it to the vet. She put it in a box and
I mean, that sounds like something a rich person would say, but
let it die. Let it suffocate and starve to death. Yeah, so of course, people really, really hated ZS. Most of this time, ZS stayed radio silent until
so you're saying you're taking what he's saying at face value instead of being like, we need more proof than that.
July of 2022. After the custody hearing, she made a statement.
Okay, 2022. Is she gonna like say everything he's saying is a lie?
In hindsight, she probably should have just stayed quiet.
Why? What is she gonna say?
She made a post apologizing for surrogate gate, and then made this really long sob story about how she's broke. She doesn't
Okay. Is she broke?
have a US work visa, and she wrote, "If it makes you feel any better, I drink tap water."
Jesus. Okay. Congratulations.
What? Isn't she a millionaire?
Yeah, but not only that, like,
Yeah, like the IRS took a chunk of your money, sure, but you probably still have like $1 billion.
It doesn't make me feel any better.
Yeah.
That you drink tap water.
I mean, I drink water every day. I mentioned this before. I only drink water all day, every day for the last 10 plus years. Only drink water out there. Everyone who's out there, stop drinking soda, stop drinking tea, and whatever. Go drink water every day. You'll feel better. Obviously, you don't have to do that. But yeah, technically it's tap water, but it's tap water that goes into one of those pitchers that purifies the water. So technically it's purified water, but it's still from the tap. I've been drinking tap water, purified tap water, for the last 10 plus years. Okay, so who cares?
it's very,
Okay.
like, privileged. It's kind of like someone being like, if it makes you feel any better, I had to sell my Ferrari, and I only drive a BMW now. Does that make you feel better at my downfall that I'm stuck with this 5 Series with heated steering wheel, 4
Yeah, it's in like a BMW. Like I feel like she should have said like a Volkswagen or something, a Volkswagen Beetle, instead of her Ferrari. Because you're just going from one expensive fancy car to another expensive fancy car. But I mean, that's the joke, right?
wheel drive? Does it make you feel better? M Series, vroom vroom. I miss my Ferrari. Like, that's the energy it's giving. Like, what is going on? She says, I own a total of 5 t-shirts, 2 jeans. I've never ordered delivery. I even need to be frugal when buying pads. I have to even use toilet paper sparingly. It's just very melodramatic. Netizens thought the tap water thing was also ironic because back when she was at the height of her career, she was seen carrying $230 water bottles. I'm not talking the bottle.
Like I'm guessing she means it costs $230 to buy this bottle of water. So every time she buys a bottle of water, she has to spend 200 and something dollars. Are you buying diamond water? Well, diamond water was a thing, but like, really, 200 and something dollars for water?
I was thinking like, oh, like a designer water bottle, like a YSL water bottle.
That's what I thought.
And she fills it up with water. It's like a $230 disposable water. Where is it coming from?
What? There's such thing?
I don't know. Is it like, it must be liquid
The fountain of youth? This is like what? Is this from heaven itself? Why are you spending so much money for water?
IV?
It must be liquid IV.
But now you don't have to pay $230.
It's what?
Linked in my description.
Right.
Okay? And she's like, now I'm drinking tap water. She wrote that when she misses Chinese food, she buys garlic green onions and eats eggs with it to get a taste of the Chinese. Girl, get out of here. Denver, Colorado, I'm sure has good, affordable Chinese restaurants. People really did not. It had a very short internet life, this post. It was deleted amidst a ton of backlash. People were having trouble sympathizing with someone who owned a $220 million mansion in China. Yeah.
Also, how is she talking if she's been like annihilated by the Chinese government? Like, where is she talking? Where is she posting this stuff at? Is she posting this stuff on like Twitter? In America? Is she in America? Is she in China? Like, where the heck is she? Like, China's literally eliminated her. She's been obliterated. Where is she?
Yeah, it was just not good. Also, at the same time that this happened, there was heavy rainfall in a Chinese province, and people lost their homes. A lot of people were displaced. I think about 200,000 people had to relocate. So in light of that, people were like, we don't really care that you're drinking tap water.
Also, what about Hong? Did Hong get eliminated? Was he deleted from existence too? I mean, I guess he doesn't really care, right? If he's living in Colorado with his children, it doesn't really matter what happens to him in China, right? So his family's still there, though.
She deleted her apology. And for the next 6 months, things died down until Hun started up again.
And like I said, there is like something wrong with him too. He doesn't know when to give up. Like, you've already won. He's a sore winner. That's what it's called. He's a sore winner. You already have the kids. Everybody already hates her. China literally obliterated her out of existence, and you still won't let it go.
He posted a series of videos where he said, look, the kids are scared of her mom, their mom. Like, basically saying that ZS was abusing the kids. He also hosted a press conference in LA where he accused ZS straight up of child abuse. Hun
Like, maybe he's just doing this for money or attention. I don't know.
posted a series of photos during the press conference and said this is evidence that ZS was abusing their kids. Keep in mind, he still has primary custody. ZS had visitation rights.
Yeah, like, you have custody. Like, stop assuming that he isn't telling the truth and he's lying. If he's telling the truth, well, then never mind. Just, like, go for it. Sure. But if he's not telling the truth, like, stop. You won. You're going to get your kids taken away from you because you're going to be unfit to take care of them.
Hun claimed that when ZS returned the kids after a visit, their kids had cuts everywhere, bruises, stitches, like, just weird.
Stitches, you're going too far. Now you're saying they had to go to the hospital. I don't know. Did he actually say that? Because that's a big claim. Cuts and bruises, they could be roughhousing, right? As children. Maybe they're a bit young for that, but stitches, that's a different story.
So he asked her what's going on with the kids, and she would come up with these bizarre excuses like, oh, the kid was running and fell. Oh, the kid tripped with a pair of scissors.
That's not an excuse. He must have just made that up. Like, they tripped and fell with scissors, which is like the craziest thing to say, because if anybody knows anything, giving a kid scissors is the one thing you don't do, right? Kids don't have scissors. Kids are not allowed to have scissors. I think the universe has come together and has said children are not allowed to use scissors or have scissors or even round scissors. Safety scissors, sure. That's what they're for. They're for children. But, like, real scissors? What?
Hun did not believe her. Hun also claimed that whenever the kids had to go back to their mom, they would constantly cry to him. He posted a video as proof, and he said, look, the kids are saying, I'm scared to go to mom, I want to stay home. Now, the video that he posted, the kids do seem to be upset, but according to native Chinese speakers, scared and mom sound similar. Pa and ma?
Pa and ma.
So they were saying that the auto captions were misleading. They were crying and they were saying like ma, but the auto caption comes up as afraid, and he was making it seem like they were afraid of their mom. They're crying because they're scared of their mom.
I see.
Yeah, and people just were confused. At one point, Hun keeps asking them, "What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?" And the son goes silent, and Hun asks, "What are you afraid of?" And the boy says, "No."
What are you afraid of? Afraid of? No.
It almost feels like one of those divorced parents trying to be shady, trying to convince their kid to say something for the cameras. There's another video of the boy crying out loud, and Hun is recording him and keeps asking, "What are you afraid of?" Like almost prompting the boy to say he's scared of his mom.
Yeah, it's like he's coercing him to say something that he doesn't want to say. Like, what is the point of this other than, like, he's a sore winner, he can't just take it, right? He needs to keep beating a dead horse. Is he trying to get her in jail so he can take her money or something? Or what? Like, what is he trying to do? Is he... Hold on. Is it the other way around? Like, again, I said at the beginning that she was trying to get a custody of the kids so that she can get child support, and if child support works off a percentage basis, then she can get a huge chunk of his money every month or whatever child support works. But is it actually the other way around now, and he's trying to get that child support out of her? Like, he's trying to get full custody and have her have no custody, but she still has to send him child support? Is that what's happening? Like, he's trying to get child support out of her? And that's why he keeps dragging her name through the mud?
In another video Hun posted, he's telling his daughter, "Time to go see your mom," and she starts screaming, "No, no," and running away from Hun. Hun finds his son, who's playing outside in the yard, in like the pitch black. They don't have any backyard lights on, it's weird. And Hun says, "Time to go see your mom," and the boy just starts screaming incoherently. But then when ZS arrives at the house, I mean, the video, it's really hard to tell what's going on. It's pretty blurry, but from what I can see, people are saying that the kids don't actually seem scared of their mom. In fact, they run over to hug her. It seems like they're more scared of Hun than they are of ZS.
Jeez.
So netizens start
So
flipping.
messy.
I don't get it.
Yeah, netizens, I would say that most people think that both of them are really gross, but
Sure.
I would say that maybe they think Hun is grosser. So ZS, other than that audio clip where she was in this heated moment, Even afterwards, she tried to get custody of the kids and she didn't make a whole public deal about it. She wasn't like, guys, see, I'm trying to get custody of the kids because I'm a good mom. Look at me, right? She tried to get custody of the kids. It didn't work. She posted an apology. It didn't work. She didn't really use the kids too much like Hun did. He definitely started the fight by utilizing the children. But after she was accused of child abuse, she flipped the script and said that he was the one abusing the children. She also said that Hun was trying to get like a green card so that he could escape his Chinese debt. It was a lot. It does seem like Hun is extra shady. Just like what he's doing to the kids is so traumatizing. Sticking the camera in their face, begging them to basically say they're scared of their mom. It's very...
Yeah, again, like I felt this. You have to be trying to gain something out of this other, or else you're just like, what? He's just crazy, right? And all I could think of is that he's just trying to get child support to get more money.
gross.
So I don't know what is he trying to do here?
The police looked into him.
If he's faking the abuse from her mom, from their mom.
Abuse claims. CPS looked into it. ZS was cleared. They didn't think that she was abusive. There are still court hearings going on. A lot of them are uneventful. I think there's another court hearing postponed for March, so there's probably going to be some new custody updates soon. As of now, ZS has earned equal custodial rights, and the internet seems to be rooting for her. Several of ZS's friends and neighbors said that they frequently see her taking the kids out, playing with them, shopping with them. The kids do not seem scared of her. Meanwhile, Hun is posting these exposing videos using his children in distress as... I don't know what he's trying to do. At the end of the day, the only victims here really are the kids. Hopefully whoever gets custody in the end is going to protect them and love them.
This was 2 years ago, so a lot could have changed by now.
And that is the craziest surrogate yate I've ever heard in the celebrity world.
That was kind of wild, like back and forth.
That was a whole journey. What are your thoughts? Could you forgive your fave if they did this? Zendaya did this. Zendaya does this? I didn't see anything.
I didn't see nothing.
My Wi-Fi was down for like a year.
I didn't see nothing.
So that's it for today's video. Make sure to check out Liquid IV, linked in the description. Stay hydrated. I love you guys.
Okay, so that was that video. It is kind of crazy. Though, I don't know how to feel about it on either side. I guess they're both just crazy. It was kind of like leaning, like we were... like it was like said in a way that kind of would force you to be on his side, but then like at the end he kind of just went off the deep end, it seems, and he is just like a petty... well, me just saying petty just actually enlightened me, because in the TV show where she was talking about them being managers, or not manager, but about him being like good at managing or something, and like they would still be together in like a business capacity or something, and he randomly said, after asking if she would even be with him if it wasn't for that he's being petty, or he's a petty person or something. He mentioned the word petty. But like now we come full circle and it's like, yeah, he is in fact petty. He is like maximum petty. And that's what's happening here with the kids. Is this... he can't let it go. It might not even be about money or anything. It might actually just be he's just like an uncontrollably petty person and can't let this go, I guess. And that's how we've gotten to this point. Now, I guess I'll look up to see if anything's changed. Though, making this video last any longer, my internet is still not great, but I've put in precautions to try to help with that. You know, like speeding the video up so the video isn't long. The encoding for recording the videos is extremely less intensive, so the file sizes should be much smaller, though I don't think this is going to be that small. We'll have to see. Hopefully it's pretty small. But yeah, let's just go look up if anything happens with this. Just giving a quick Google search, I could not find anything really. The only thing I could see is like some headline from 2025 saying that, you know, she's back in the headlines, having potentially secretly given birth to a billionaire's baby? Question mark. So maybe Stephanie will end up talking about that in the future, of this woman giving birth to someone's baby, a billionaire baby, maybe trying to get some of that money back. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I couldn't find anything. Yeah, that is that. Hopefully this video doesn't take too long, because I have 7 hours to upload it. And hopefully it's not going to take 7 hours to upload with all the changes I've made to make these as small as possible because the internet is just like not cooperating with me. So if it takes forever and the video doesn't go up today at 6, you know why. It's because of it just was too big and the internet is too bad. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. Hopefully today's video was fine. Hopefully you got beat over the head with nostalgia for all these celebrities that I talked about. Or like Robot Wars, if you ever watched Robot Wars in the 90s/2000s, because I don't know exactly what it was. Got nostalgia for that. Again, the robots that they showed in that Chinese show, literally the same thing as the Robot Wars that I was talking about. It's just boxes with saws and hammers and drills. And like flippers. Also, like I said earlier, potentially leave your childhood/teenage, however you want to say it, celebrity crushes in the comments below. I doubt anyone is going to do that, but that's kind of why I'm saying I doubt anybody. I'm kind of like guilt tripping you into leaving a comment about your celebrity crushes in the comments, so get guilt tripped. So yeah, leave your crushes in the comments below. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers or think about becoming a member or subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because we're going to watch them and subscribers. And don't forget we have a phone as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment. With a do. See ya.